Oh shoot, what the heck? What happened? Did my thing break? One sec. Something broke. I'm not sure what. Why does my thing... Okay. Yo, Young Toast, thanks for the sub. I'm here with my good friend Anthony Laverde, aka Aegis on MTGO. We're going to be playing some Vintage tonight. No, I'm not going to open all of the chests tonight. you got to get to that channel point reward of 200,000 channel points to make me open them all. But I will open chests for people who've subbed. There are 3 subs, so that means 3 chests. You know how it'd be on this channel. What's your philosophy on opening chests, Tony?
My philosophy: if I need play points, I open them. If I don't need play points, then I won't.
What if someone subs to your Twitch channel? Would you open a chest for them?
Anything for subs and money.
Exactly. That's how I feel. You know. This card is this card is truly awful from Kamigawa block. There are 2 Anamis in that set, and then there was a big Anami. So Anami Death Aspect did this, and Anami Life Aspect was 4 green. 4/4 has a similar ability, and then there was Anami as one, which was 8 green black for an 8/8, with also a useless ability. So it was a little fun sub theme throughout Kamigawa block. The expected value of a chest, I believe, is 2.7 tickets, but it varies depending on card prices.
Dude, I've opened up like 10 chests at a time before, and all 10 were like 5 play points in bulk, and it's like, what am I doing?
You could be like Honorog and open a Theros set.
Oh, that's true.
I've never... This is it's referring to Draneth, which means it's a Theros theme card, but it's in Commander 20. It's just like, what the hell? Hello, Paddingtron. I don't know who you are, but I assume you're a fan of Magic if you're in this channel. Yo, I don't know any of these Commander 20 cards. I see. This is obviously a multiplayer card because it doesn't seem very good in single player. I like how there's a rhino in the picture. Just a bunch of siege rhinos coming out.
Oh, I love siege rhino.
I also love siege rhino. You printed a cube? Nice. I don't know who you are, but that looks sweet. The screenshot in chat is a bunch of power, a moat, and a Jace the Mind Sculptor. I don't really recall those going into the same deck anymore, but you know how it be. Anyways, we're gonna play some PO. I haven't played this deck for a while. The last version I played PO seriously, I think my deck had a bunch of wheels in it, but I don't think that's how you want to build the deck anymore with the printing of Bolsa Citadel, right?
Yeah, Bolsa Citadel is that card's a house.
That's really okay. I see. Someone, did you click at that link in chat? That's something, Paddingtron. I see. But yeah, we're just gonna try to do some stuff. We're kind of cold to Stony Silence, aren't we? But I'm gonna pretend no one plays that card anymore, right?
I actually just won through a Stony Silence.
I guess you have Teferi.
Yeah, I tinkered for Citadel and then I hit Teferi and I was like, all right.
Yeah, if you don't remove that thing, it's not great. All right. Yep, we'll join with this. How many people are in this week? Ooh, 103. That's not 0.
That's more than you usually see.
Yeah.
I remember like a week ago it was at 69 players and it was like nice.
I think what's probably helping it is the other formats are kind of dead because they have to implement the companion change tomorrow.
Oh, true. Vintage is like the best format to play until like they make the companion changes. Because who wants to play like another day of Gyruda if the deck is dead tomorrow?
I agree. Yeah, so this person in chat, are those sleeves or are those proxies? Either way, those are like, I guess those are sleeves. That's really weird.
Is Vintage not dead for the same reason, or does no one play companions now that loot tree? Now that there's packs, you can play like loot tree decks. They're okay, but most like tier 1 decks in Vintage don't play companions anymore. There's also like some Zerda brews, but I feel the same way about them that I do about the loot tree decks. Like the main decks in Vintage are still like Pio, Hollowvine, Dredge,
Shops.
Jessica Xerox. I try to keep Breach tier 1, it's just not happening.
Some people play DPS, but I don't think it's particularly good.
I just said in the Vintage Discord that I don't think like Hollowvine wins by a landslide, and I guess people are disagreeing with me. What do you think about that, Jarvis? How do you feel about Hollowvine versus Pia?
I played a bunch of Hollowvine. I do think it's favored, but I think it's by less than people realize. Yeah. When I was playing the Vine deck, I didn't love a lot of the post board games in a lot of these matchups actually. Well, one card that was surprisingly annoying was Narset when I was playing the Hollowvine deck.
Yeah, Pio's definitely like not a dog in the matchup.
It might be like 2% or some like really small amount, but that's such a small amount anyways.
I feel like the matchup is close to even, honestly.
If it's close to even, then I'm pretty happy to be on this side of it, because I think the Hollowvine draws that are broken and win, they look so dominating that it seems like the matchup is worse than it is. And then you get the games where, well, it is still a bizarre deck at heart, but also the quantity of cards in hand actually matters for your disruption count, right? Because you can't just like mold a 2 and have infinite disruption.
Yeah, like the thing is, I feel like Hollowvine is kind of similar to like, let's say, Black Red Reanimator and Legacy, where like you lose to the nut draw and you're like, wow, this matchup sucks for me. It's like, no, bro,
exactly.
you're very emotional about their nut draws. Like, come on.
It's actually the same effect as when people win with control decks. They spend a lot of time winning, but your matchup is actually even versus them. It's just the games you lose with a control deck last such a short amount of time that you think that you're winning more than you actually are.
Yeah, definitely.
Zach.
And when you think of Hollowvine, you think of when they keep on 7, and then like they play Bizarre, they put 2 Vengevines in the graveyard, they play 2 Hollow Ones, and then they have Force, Mindbreak in their hand. Like those games happen, and those games are really hard to win if you're not the Vengevine player. But like, that's not every game. Like sometimes Hollowvine is just like mold to 5, play Bizarre, like not have the 2 creatures for your Vengevine. They beat your 1 Force of Will plus blue card, and it's like your deck isn't that great in those situations. So I think it's kind of, that's why I'm comparing it to like Black Red Reanimator and Legacy, where it's like their nut draws are really hard to beat, but their not nut draws they're fine.
Ooh, we finally have a match. Oh, I need to update CBL, I think, real quick. It'll take me 2 seconds. What does Fausto Souza play? Do you recognize that username?
I do not recognize that username.
It doesn't really matter. Today's June 2nd. The deck should be updated on Corporate Live, and hopefully we get a good hand. Yeah, I'm potentially taking dono lists in my Discord.
I like this hand because we have like the turn 1 Soul Ring is pretty good. 1 away from Metalcraft. Yeah. I do like that we have like Teferi and Lavinia, so we can kind of hedge towards which one is better. And then like the other one, you can pitch to your Force Souls. Hand seems fine.
Is it legal to Discord people while playing Magic? Depends on who you ask, I guess. It's not a matter of legality. I think it's more of a question of ethics. Also, Zach, go do your English assignment. I guess I just played the Soul Ring. I have a Tundra in my deck, right?
There's 2 Tundras, 2 Seas, 2 Gulfs, I believe. And then you have Island, Tolarian, and then Fetches.
managed to get the good art Soul Ring, or that's my opinion, I guess.
I think that's a good art.
So it's bug.
That's right. I'm a big fan of resolving Teferi here over this Lavinia.
And I assume we were just bouncing the death rate, right?
Yeah.
I didn't come here to play Teferi and not bounce creatures.
Especially mana dorks.
So I do use a rental service, but it lets you pick the editions, except the good-looking power costs too much to rent generally, because it's like, you know, an absurd amount. That's not the ideal draw, I'm gonna say.
No, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, sometimes I mean I use mana triggers myself, and sometimes like they randomly give you the good art power, which is kind of cool, but whatever. Most of the time it's, I mean it's like neat when you get it, but it's not like I'm hoping I get it. You know?
Yeah, the last time I actually owned cards on my account, I did have like basically everything, including the V1 stuff. I sold it all after Pro Tour Guilds of Ravnica because I thought there was going to be a huge market crash due to the arena announcement.
Yeah.
But I did play with that stuff when I played against played in the VSL with Ari and Seth. It was pretty cool. Unsung Hero, thanks for the sub. Let me know if I should open a chest. I'm just gonna probe for 2 life, I assume.
Yeah,
because I mean, awkwardly, the Teferi prisons out the Force of Vigor for them. That's really funny.
Well, yeah, that is really funny. So, I mean, I guess we care about their library and the crews. That's really it.
Yeah. That's not... I guess I play the Lavinia just as a blocker, actually. And I have another card to pitch, so it's fine.
Yeah, this is like the ideal... I mean, I don't like drawing both Lavinias, but being able to pitch the other one to Force of Will is okay. And this also turns off their treasure cruise.
Yeah. So I think I have to play... I have to get C. Well, actually, I have 2 black cards. I have 3 black cards, and I have 3 red cards. But there's only 1 black source left in the deck.
Well, you're not going to be playing as much reactive magic because, you know, we already turned off their treasure cruise, and like we're definitely forcing their Sylvan library. So I think getting C is fine because like drawing into like DT will just win us the game.
I agree. That's what I was thinking about. It's kind of just important to think about your overall game plan before you do anything, as long as you don't take too much time. The time part obviously is crucial. If they play Sylvan, do I force it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I think so too. Also, I mean, what does this card do for me? Like, not very much, right?
Yeah, I mean, well, actually, Lavinia is doing a lot for you. It's turning every other card off in their hand.
Right. Paradoxical would be okay. I probably wouldn't pick up the Teferi actually with Paradoxical.
I think you can possibly pick up the Lavinia because Teferi shuts off every card that isn't Treasure Cruise anyways. This is probably another death rate, yeah.
That's fine. It's just a 1-2. So their hands Force, Cruise, Force, which is fine.
That was a very good draw.
I think I just fire it. I don't have... I should tap the Tundra because I don't really have any white cards left that I care about.
Mentor, really, but...
Okay. Yeah. That's okay. Alright, so I'm going to play Ancestral plus Teferi. Actually...
I think I just like time walking and then Ancestraling on the end.
Yeah, I was reconsidering. So, plus... I'm going to Sorcery Speed my Time Walk anyways because it doesn't literally change anything. Attack my opponent for 2. Take my next turn, draw 3 cards because that's good. The problem is I have a bunch of Mox Opals in my hand. But that's okay. Yeah. They could potentially become really good.
Oh, that's pretty good.
It's actually not that insane right now, right? I don't have a red source. If I cast Yawgmoth, I get a land, probe, ancestral. Actually, maybe that's good enough. Maybe I do just value Will, right?
You could value Will, especially because like drawing another Mox.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that seems fine.
Yeah. So
You have Breach too as like another will.
Yeah, so I think I'm going to will play Tarn, fetch for Volk, play Probe, then play Ancestral, and then hope I draw an artifact in like that many cards, which actually is not that unlikely, right?
Not that unlikely at all.
Yeah. And I definitely want the red source for Breach later, I think, as well, is the reality. Yep, we know their hand. That does it, right?
That does do it. That turns on the first opal. So you can use the first opal to Ancestral.
Yeah, so I should play Vault, Opal, Ancestral.
Yeah.
And then
you can even like dump these extra opals to be able to like resolve Time Walk.
Yeah, I might do it. I might do that.
Yeah, absolutely. Just Time Walk.
All right. So I'm just burning both of them.
Yes. You only need the one anyways. The other two don't really matter.
Right. Because PO, I mean, it's legendary, obviously.
Yeah.
So I Time Walk, attack for 2, then upkeep. Do I vamp for anything? I could vamp for like a mana rock.
Vamping for another PO is fine.
I could also vamp for Sensei's Divining Top, actually. Does that do anything?
Top is fine. You could also vamp for Tinker and just try to Citadel them. But you're only at 12. I don't know. I actually kind of like us getting another PO.
Okay.
Because the thing is, you're at the point with your PO where...
They're break even. Actually, we profit 1 colorless mana, right?
Exactly. And like you could even, if you wanted to on the first PO, you can even bounce your Lavinia because you have Teferi anyways.
All right.
Just because you have the extra card.
I'm going to attack first to send a message.
Hell yeah.
The message is don't miss your points of combat damage. Alright. This is easy mode. Oh yeah, I have to click OK.
Yeah, I don't think we're losing this game of Magic from this point.
Just
likely not losing this game of Magic.
I'm going to just sort of spew off. I don't think. I mean, there's probably some convoluted optimal order, but I don't think it matters that much.
Better just to save time.
Yeah, I agree with that exactly.
You can play your top off of one of the colorless artifacts, and then you can get the extra card off of it.
Yep, I remember that trick. That's a classic of.
And just remember to tap all your rocks. Except Black Lotus, save that one.
Yep. Well, that one's a free card every time.
It is. It's pretty sweet. Now you're just gonna draw into your other 2 POs, and life will be good.
Oh, what the hell did I draw?
Well, okay. You can. Oh, you saw the extra card trigger.
Oh. Is that Mentor? It's not. We already used Time Walk for what it's worth, but we can probably set up.
I think you can just tinker.
You want to tinker for Citadel then?
Yeah, absolutely. And I wouldn't play your land until
right, because we might hit Academy off of something.
Yeah, or just even like playing any land off of it is fine. Probably ditch the Mana Vault.
Alright. Whoa. Okay.
That was pretty good.
Alright. I'm gonna just be careful about not decking out, obviously, because that's something that could hypothetically happen.
One thing you gotta be careful. I mean, you can bounce the death right anyways, but one thing to be mindful of
is dying to drain triggers, yeah. Right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, we're on the same page. I don't think that's going to be an issue, most likely, but... So I'm just looking for the Mentor, right?
Exactly. And then you just want to kind of lock him out from that point, drop a million counter spells, bounce with Teferi. Life's good.
I can
even
still
replay Lavinia if you can.
Yep. Okay. Shit. Now I have to see if I drew it. I apparently did not draw it.
Extra card. You also...
There's a PO.
You want to draw that PO, and then now you can just draw a billion cards again.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
I go to 3, which means I have to bounce that.
Yeah, bounce one of the death rights.
Can I get my own thing killed? I can... Oh no, but then that turns out Force of Will, but I guess I have Force back. I guess maybe
also, if you want to save the 3 life, you can play top and then
yeah,
top.
that's what I was thinking. I'm gonna do it fast now because I think
you could also what you could do there instead of drawing at the top, you could also use the draw from Teferi to get it. But I mean, I think it's very it doesn't really matter that much. You're just gonna make a billion tokens and kill them. Be careful not to play Mana Crypt, I think, because you don't want to.
Yep, agreed.
Yeah.
I have to put those on the stack first and pick always yield. Storm 25, no big deal. Time is actually an issue, huh?
Sometimes. A lot of it's just clicking through the mentor triggers, but I mean, realistically, it doesn't matter a lot. Honestly, you could probably just play a land and go to your dump step at this point. Or, I mean, bounce a Deathrite first, but... Yep. And then, like, play the Jet, of course, and then top and pass.
This is kind of dirty. Opponent wanted to check us to see if
One thing I definitely miss about playing PO, because I've played Breach the past couple months, is like just like the games where you just vintage your opponent out. Like when you win with Breach, you're like, all right, here's my combo, you're dead. But when you combo off with PO, it's like you're just throwing it at your opponent. Like
what the hell? It won't let me unclick. I guess not. Whatever. It wouldn't let me unselect a click.
If you try to hit like undo or Control Z, maybe
whatever. I just gave up because it was wasting too much time.
You know, we're only down 7 minutes. No big deal. Sorry, 8 minutes.
Yeah, that turn wasn't the interesting one. I kind of didn't want to discard the Breach because it tells them a lot about our deck, but that's okay. I don't think it would actually matter.
Yeah, that's fine.
Alright. This is
they're making us kill him to you know, get the time in. Without doing the math real quick, I think you can just like draw top one more time, replay top, and then just attack, and it's probably lethal. Actually, it's definitely lethal.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, they block a 4/3, a 4/4,
nope,
3/3.
They're dead.
They take like at least 15, so they're dead.
All of our creatures are bigger than 2/2, and there's a bunch of unblocked creatures, so that's why they're dead.
Taking 17.
All right, easy game one.
Versus Bug, I definitely like the Lightning Bolts. Because they play like Collector Roof, Leovold, Deathrite Shaman. You just want to get rid of those creatures. Vamp sucks in this matchup. I actually don't like Lavinia in this matchup either, believe it or not. Or at least like you can shape one. I like boarding up both. Like this is just one of those matchups where Lavinia sucks versus Blightsteel is okay because they don't play DAC or anything like that. Yeah, Blightsteel is actually pretty okay.
I was thinking about that. I think a lot of the time, if you just tinker with this, they can't actually remove it, and they'll just the way they have to remove is to Oko it. I think, right? They play that.
Yeah. And like a lot of times too, they could force a bigger yard below the Citadel.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking about that. So it's kind of nice to just have this as a backdoor insurance policy.
And then I would go down to 1 Opal, and bring in the extra Pyros.
Oh, what about the Hercules? We need it from Null Rod.
Cut Hercules for a Fluster, yeah. My bad.
So we're just going to pretend they don't have Null Rod?
Yeah, I typically don't like to go too ham on, like, having the answer from Null Rod unless I see it.
Sure.
Because like a lot of lists just don't have it. I think this is fine for Pyro isn't like at its best versus Bug, but I think it's strong enough that you still want 4 because
Yeah,
there's still a blue deck.
they might also have like Leovold or something, right? And Leovold's pretty backbreaking a lot of the time.
Exactly.
Alright, easy mode. Certainly not mulling in this. Awkward part is if they go death rate on one, we have to decide between tutoring or bolting, but I guess this means they don't have death rate.
Well.
So I've always been on the fence about it. Am I supposed to force this?
I think you are. Right. If they force back, they're only going up 1 card overall. We have DT for our own Ancestral. It sucks, but...
Okay. They pitched
They
Leovold.
pitched Leovold too, so which is kind of fine. Like, I think we want those forces out of their hand anyways.
This is sort of interesting. Now I'm inclined to just go Tundra Go, actually, but...
I would play the Mox out. Play on Mindbreak Trap.
Okay.
And I would actually, in case of Wasteland, I would play the Delta instead.
Okay. So you just don't want to really cast anything this turn unless we're forced to.
Exactly.
Right.
Like, if they go oof, I want to be able to bolt it.
Right.
Or even Leovold, I want to bolt it.
They don't play Force of Negation as well, right? Just Force of Will, I assume?
It depends on the list, but a lot of times they do play Negation.
So I should just bolt it now, right? With the green floating?
We can't play around Pierce anyways, so...
Yeah, this plays around Daze, which I think they hypothetically could play. Obviously I'm not an expert, but...
The thing about a lot of these fair vintage piles is it's hard to be an expert on them when like a lot of them play slightly different cards. I mean, they have misstep anyways, whatever.
That's fine. We're certainly not out of it. We're in... They don't have black mana, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, just Tundra Go. We don't need to push our Brainstorm yet.
Okay.
It's really nice that this deck doesn't play Pyroblast.
So eventually you'll get to a point where for them to counter your spell, they'll have to 2-for-1 themselves, is what you're saying?
Yeah. They hit Vault, unlucky.
It's actually literally 50-50.
That was a good rip.
Should I just Brainstorm now?
I like doing that. I think we need to get somewhere. Probably would have played the fetch first in case of Daze, but those weren't the worst. Probably put back Tundra top.
Yeah, I agree. Tundra top, play a fetch Seiko.
Yeah.
Probably not, Mike, but it is possible. We vintaged the hell out of him in game 1, Mike. We had like 15 monk tokens or whatever.
So if they tap out for Leovold, I think we're definitely jamming Tinker, right?
Yeah, I'm just going to make a Blightsteel and hope nothing bad happens.
So 2 cards.
Will I teach Learn how to play a Learn, please? Only if he wants me to. I'm not going to force people to do things. I'm just going to get the Volk, I think.
Yeah.
I have too many red cards left in my deck to not get it, even though like it does expose it to Wasteland. That's kind of nice. Actually,
I do like time walking because it gives us the land drop.
Alright. So you want to time...
Or...
I could hypothetically Tinker first, then Time Walk to force 2 attacks, but...
That's true. I like that.
Right.
Are you definitely getting are you definitely getting Blightsteel with the Tinker? Because like them sitting on these cards that aren't doing anything, they're either sitting on a Force of Will or a Force of Vigor. So I think sitting on like if they had Oko, I think they just jam it on that turn because it presents a pretty big clock. So I don't even think they have an Oko.
Yeah, I'm gonna just tinker, and if it resolves, I'm gonna get the Blightsteel. It actually makes sense for them to have Force of Vigor in their hand because we haven't presented any good targets as well as the other thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
like I think 100% if they have Oko, they would have played it because they could pitch the Death Right to the Force of Vigor because it's not
right.
like that big of a clock right now.
What's up, JW? I think they just flooded. It sort of looks like that, right?
Yeah.
If I draw a land, so I was thinking about. Let's see, what interaction do they play for Time Walk?
They could spell Pierce or force it. I don't think we care about either. If they counter it and then they start blocking with their creatures, I think we're fine.
I'm just gonna cast Time Walk first and see what happens.
I like DT as our backup plan if the
exactly,
absolute worst case scenario happens.
If you play this first, it plays around Pierce and Fluster. Or it might force them to tap their Death Right to hardcast Force of Will. Or they're conceding here because there's a lag, and the lag always indicates a concession. All right, nice. A quick Infecti robot finished our opponent, along with the Time Walk that we saved. That's why I don't think playing Time Walk first made any sense. If you thought about it, I mean, obviously, like we were working it out, but
the first whenever you draw Time Walk, the first instinct is always just to cast it, but then when you think about it more, it's like, all right, well, you don't always want to be casting your Time Walk as an explorer.
I've played a lot of cube matches of Vintage and other cubes where they're sometimes it's Time Walk, sometimes it's Time Warp or whatever. I usually don't burn it at the first opportunity because it's not great to do that in a lot of draft situations. Absolutely. It's a lot better to do it if you have Jace the Mind Sculptor going, or Garruk Wild Speaker, or just attacking for 5 damage in your blue red tempo deck or something like that. I think just Explorer's not a great card, and that's why you don't see Explore in cubes.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes it's nice to be third land drop, my 3 drop when there's only 1 land. But...
Oh yeah, obviously if your hand is if casting Time Walk as Explorer would be so good because casting Explorer would be good, you should just do it.
If Explorer also said untap your other lands.
Yeah.
It's all contextual in your hand and what's going on.
Agreed.
In the game. But you definitely see a lot of players that just all right, I have my 2 mana. All right, gonna Time Walk. You don't need to.
And shockingly, a lot of people force of will those Time Walks, and that is the most mind-boggling.
Yeah, that is insane.
All right, this chest is for Unsung Hero. I love Goblin Engineer; it's such a sweet card.
Did you ever see Phil Blackman's Goblin Engineer deck?
Yes, I was at that open. He played it.
Yeah, that was a deck.
And then I asked him for the deck list in Blue Chat, and he pasted it, and it just had all these troll names instead of the actual card names. I asked him, "Can you translate that to English?" And then he did.
Nice.
It was 4 robot birds or whatever, It wasn't English. It was oh my god, I can't copy and paste this into anything. He's a funny person.
Oh, for sure.
I think his deck was really close to being good, but it needed a fair amount of work. Well, obviously, the first iteration of a deck needs the most work, generally speaking, but...
at the open, he was on a tear there for a while.
Yeah, then I think he realized that there were some things that were... Ooh, we're playing the Anthony Mirror. Anthony S. I'm going to keep, but this is on the low end keepable hands, I think.
Yeah, you really want more artifacts. You really want to get to your 3rd land to play Teferi. Top is kind of what makes this a keep.
Exactly. If you remove the top from this hand, I don't think this hand's a keep, even on 6 cards. But I'm going to keep.
There's potential for either Pyro or
exactly
to be a dead card. I don't think we actually even jam the top. I honestly think we want.
I agree. I'm going to go Delta Go.
Yeah. I like that.
And the other thing is, if top is dead, it's more likely Hercule, or sorry, if Blast is dead, it's more likely Hercules is not dead, for what it's worth. So
Yeah.
one of these two cards is likely to be dead. The question is which one, but
I'd prefer it if the one that you can pitch to Force of Will is dead.
All right, opponent going to 6 might mean both of these are dead, actually. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Dredge Menace would make both of these cards dead, except in the case where they only have Hollow Ones.
Not completely dead, but...
Well, there's also Hollow One from Dredge.
Okay.
Alright, well, Tarn means it's more likely the Hercules is dead, I think.
Yeah. The good thing about Hercules being dead, though, is...
You can always use it as like a ritual or whatever.
Yeah.
Second.
That was the worst draw I've ever seen.
Well, so actually, at some point, you can just cash it in and replay the other one after you fetch, so it's not the worst draw, but it's not great. I will agree with that. Yeah. Alright, I guess I'll just say go. I was thinking about what I could do with it, and the conclusion was nothing that insane. It's actually sort of debatable if I should even crack this fetch to top EOT, I think.
In this situation, I don't even think I would.
Yeah, exactly. If they're gonna go... Yeah, I agree.
If they play like Lavinia, I think we're priced in a pyroing, but...
So I think this is a PO mirror, most likely.
So Hercules isn't even dead, keep in mind. Hercules is in fact a counterspell for PO.
Yeah, it's exactly... yeah, Dokomoy, they target all of their artifacts with Paradoxical and you Hercules them, which returns them to their hand.
Strong hand.
So now do I need to top, now that they've taken a bunch of game actions? Probably not still, right?
No, I think another land would be a pretty good draw.
I'm just going to take a blind draw and not top. I see. Do I just fire?
You could.
They have 3 cards. I have Pyroblast to fight.
The only thing that sucks versus is their Pyroblast, but if they go down to 2 cards in hand, then if they force it, that's still pretty good for us. Yeah, I mean this is fine. I like just jamming it.
Also, just like another land would be really nice, so I think I want to take an action here.
Pyro, yeah.
Sucks. Alright, hear me out. What if I draw with top to try to hit a blind land off the top? Is that crazy?
I don't think I want to try to ditch it yet, because I don't want to invest the 1 mana into another top. I mean, I guess we have to do that eventually anyway. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Drawing land would be
It's not so good. But what that does mean is I can shuffle the top away and feel okay about it.
If you peel land, you feel really good.
Exactly. I don't really want to redraw that top, I feel like, is the actual reality.
No.
They certainly have a sizable mana advantage, which is kind of a problem. But maybe they're low on action.
A definite percentage of the games you lose with this deck are games that you did not hit your mana. Sure, that's fine.
Yeah, I want to counter an Ancestral, a PO, or like a Lavinia or Narset would honestly be kind of debilitating. So they're down to 1 card. I don't think it's an action card. I guess it could be PO because they didn't have critical mass until now, right? Because they would have had to crack the Lotus.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird. Like, PO is not a good card to Lotus out because it puts you down a card draw, right? Alright. I'm pretty sure our opponent's last card is something that's not great. It's probably not a land because they missed 1 land drop.
So if we hit another land, I think I just want to cast the top. I still want to hold up the Pyro.
I agree. And I'm going to fetch upkeep. There was really no reason to fetch Unstep. That gives them a window to that's not great, but whatever.
also not the worst.
Yeah, the problem is if they draw too many bombs in a row, it's not great. Yo, Mikey! Thanks for the sub, man. Let me know if I should open a chest. Wait, Mike, you're not a mod. We gotta fix that. Mike, we are 1-0 in this league. We defeated Bug. It was just Bug mid-range, right? Yeah. Alright, well, this is a forced play. Pun intended. I mean, actually, I guess I could have let that resolve and just killed it end step, right?
Yeah.
Actually, that was probably better because if they had a follow-up PO to punish me, that would have been pretty bad. So that was actually a misplay right there, I think. Kind of a more subtle one, but it's still a misplay. That's actually okay.
Yeah, that's not bad. We definitely have multiple avenues to answer our PO now.
Yeah. Kind of an awkward thing is if they do the PO draw with top trick, Herculesing them is not that appealing because it's still like a draw two. Right? Like because the tops will go to their hand and they'll just draw 2 cards.
Yeah, it's true.
I think I just let this go. I mean, it's just a 1-for-1 card.
So I guess in that case, you'd probably want to pyro it.
Yep. I think basically we're priced into it, even though we have the circles in our hand. I'm basically just writing the circles off as second blue card for force.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely just our blue card. All the other blue cards in your hand are going to be good later on in the game.
Exactly. I think if we manage to resolve this Narset, I think it will be backbreaking.
Absolutely. Then they have to tinker, find Mentor, and we have the force for that anyways, so...
Note that
a really good card to find up. I mean, that's fine. A really good card to find off the top would be like, I mean, of course, always find Lotus is good, but specifically here, like Lotus Narset would be very good for our position in this game.
It's not great. I'm gonna just draw the second force, I think. Obviously.
Yeah.
But that's really not good.
It just means we're gonna be here for a while.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. I kind of hate being the reactive side because eventually you just run out of cards if you just... Like, the problem is every Force of Will you cast is 2 cards down, so they could hypothetically just draw enough bombs in a row where you're just overrun, but... With 3 counterspells, that's...
We do have 7 cards to their 2, so it's...
Yep. Hypothetically, they can go up to 4 on any given turn because of 2 tops.
True.
But given what's been going on, I don't think they have much. All right. I think this is a forced play. Again, pun intended. That's very annoying. I guess I let that go. And then force pitch outcome, probably.
Force pitch outcome is fine. I like the planeswalkers.
Yeah, exactly.
The thing is like Pyroblast is going to hit every other threat in their deck now.
Yep.
So I'm more okay letting go of our other force.
Also,
actually, hold on.
Oh shit. Well,
we could have paid for that, I think, right?
Wait, did they just? Oh my god.
So we could have paid for that.
Yep. All right, we fucked it up. I should have just paid 2.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, it's fine. If they played that correctly, we wouldn't have been able to do that. So.
Yeah, that was weird.
Let's just pretend like they played it correctly. Vamp is actually a pretty sweet draw.
So I draw Vamp and then
hold your Pyro and then just end a turn Vamp. Probably Vamp for Lotus, to be honest, because so you can go like Lotus Narset.
Hear me out. Is that better than getting a Mox? Like Mox Pearl specifically?
Well, I think after we have Narset, we're going to draw into more mana anyways, and I think Narset is going to lock them out of the game more.
Okay.
Especially because they have the 2 tops.
Also, I can't believe I missed the fact that the Fluster was only for 2 and I could just pay 2. right? Wait, no. They went Mentor, we went Force of Will. No, so the Fluster was for 3, right?
Fluster was for 3. They fucked it up.
Oh, did one of the Fluster copies target itself?
Pretty sure it did.
Oh, I wasn't even paying attention. I just assume all of the copies would target our...
Yeah, like I said, if they played it correctly, then we wouldn't have, you know. So we could vamp for Lotus, vamp for Ancestral. No, Ancestral's in our graveyard, so probably vamp for Lotus is our best bet. I don't think there's anything else we really want to. I mean, like, there is the argument for the Mox, but I don't like not having the Pyro backup.
I agree. I think that's ultimately what is going to make me change my mind to not do that, because if I knew I was going to hit Mox Opal off of it, I would 100% be in favor of it. But
the other thing too is the only thing our play is going to eat shit to is specifically the second Pyroblast in the deck. That's it. So, like, it's pretty unlikely that we're not going to have this Narset.
Did they play Ancestral yet? I'm debating if I'm supposed to leave up Pyro for Ancestral. Probably not, though. They're essentially taking blind draws because they bottomed 2 cards with that. Right. I think I still draw the Lotus, though.
Yeah.
It is nice to know that I have Force on top of my deck in case if something really goes wrong, though.
Yeah, I enjoy that. Big fan of just getting this Narset on the table. Narset will also make it harder for them to go off with, like, a Citadel.
Right.
Oh, they're going to try to force.
That works out well for us.
Nah.
This was a weird game. This almost felt like a Mana Screw versus Mana Flood situation that you sometimes see in Limited, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Except we had to 2-for-1 ourselves a few times to not die, but I think I'm just going to take the Force of Will, right?
Yeah, I mean, Emerald's kind of okay, but not really. The second top sucks. Being able to, like, protect ourselves against, like,
exactly, yeah. Because I think Tinker for Citadel is the most likely way we lose, or just hardcast Citadel, honestly, off the Black Lotus, right? They can very easily hardcast it because it's only 3 BBB.
Exactly. And, like, they're not going to be able to top to respond to our Force of Will, which is very good for us.
Right. Well, they can on our turn, right?
Yeah. I think this is on the short list of cards that we force.
I'm going to top first to make sure, but probably. So I probably want to draw the fetch next turn.
Yeah, I think you throw away this Teferi realistically.
Yep. I don't think we need it anymore. They're hellbent, like.
Yeah.
All right, we have no cards. Dueling tops. So we have a Narset.
What is happening?
They're activating their top, but like realistically, the top can't do anything in response to this.
No, and like now, even if they did top, they'd have to like burn their Lotus if they wanted to use a Pyroblast or something on.
No, they just wouldn't draw a card.
On their turn, they could. I mean, on our turn.
Oh yeah, sure. It's fair.
Probably fetch Tundra, then activate Narset.
Yep. We've already used Ancestral, so it's hard to like just turbo them. PO's not that exciting, I think, either.
I like the Mana Vault. Actually, it's between Preordain and Mana Vault. I don't think the PO is that exciting until we hit something like a Mana Vault.
I think I'm gonna just get the Preordain and look for a Tinker.
Yeah.
Or Mentor or something that's like actually a gas card, right? Didn't come here not to cast my Preordains. Fluster C, I don't think it's good enough. I think I'm just going to ship both.
I agree.
PO does reset Narset, but the problem is I'm not likely to have enough mana to do anything. Is that Juicy next? Will land Lotus Ancestral at the very least. possibly can do more, so that's like a pretty good one.
You could even vamp for Tinker and then Ancestral.
Yeah, I mean, so this is like just as a value card. This is just like kind of bananas next turn.
Probably the best card we could have hit.
Yawgmoth's will. There's a reason they won't ever release that one into Legacy unless if they made a mistake.
What are they getting with this?
Probably like Fluster or something. None of their card draw spells are really that exciting.
If they're playing Dig, they could get that.
They got Force of Will.
Okay.
Alright. It kind of makes me not want to run. Like, I mean, I guess if their top 3 cards are blue card, essentially is what I'm saying. But
they could also just pay for it.
But also now we can just have Force Protection behind if they do find it, right?
Yeah, pitching Time Walk sucks, but I think we still win the game if it's gone.
Yeah, I agree. Well, we're gonna draw like 1,000 cards, so I mean, not 1,000, but enough that I think our advantage will be heavily solidified.
Yeah, that was a rather good top.
PO is probably like the second best. Oh, they're just gonna hardcast it. Obviously, this makes sense. I wasn't even looking at that, but
yeah.
All right, our opponent didn't even want to play anymore. They're just so demoralized after that. It's only like a draw.
A billion?
It's no 4. It's a draw 4, but one of the cards we draw is going to be really good.
Draw 4, probably put a Citadel in play. No big deal.
Storm for a kill. I believe was that just game 1?
That was game 1. So definitely add Mindbreak, add Fluster, add Pyros. We want both Lavinias. You can cut basic, cut and like down up to 2 opals, cut Urkels, and I think that's a pretty clean cut.
Yeah, I'm going to answer the question in chat. Storm for a kill, I believe the answer is your pairings will be given on Discord. / you'll have to message your opponent if something goes weird. / there will be a player's tour Discord. I believe that is the answer to that question.
This is also one of the matchups that I'm fine. This is one of the blue matchups I'm fine keeping vamping because it's a very swingy matchup.
Okay, I still need one more cut for what it's worth.
So Island, cut Hercules, go down to 1 opal.
Oh, I see. So basically, you think the games are going to be more counterspell centric, so you don't want to just flood out.
Exactly.
We're going to basically, let's see, 13 plus. We're going to 23 mana sources, essentially, is the answer.
Yeah. I mean, you could cut a top for an opal if you wanted to. I think that's preference. I don't like cutting Preordains at all, almost ever.
Yeah, I agree. F7-11, I don't think that's how they're going to run. I mean, I guess I don't know how they're going to run the feature matches for that tournament. Personally, I care so little about that format and what it represents now and the client it's played on that kind of just off it all. This is pretty good. You know, I'm certainly not mulliganing. I wish I had another fetch land, obviously, but we'll have optionality by our turn 1.
Pyro Force just makes the hand.
I agree, and also the Mox. If we get to our 1 without having to force anything, we can just tutor up something.
That's not a bad draw at all.
Or we could just go top on turn 1 instead. Top fetch.
I just go Delta Pearl top.
Yeah, exactly. I think that actually is better than playing the tutor.
And because the Pearl is basically colorless here until we find a relevant card, I feel pretty free to just use it to fix our draws. like we obviously just want to hit like another fetch or like a soul ring or something like that. But I think at this point in the game, lands are probably our best draw.
Here, I feel like I do want to EOT top, actually, but
yeah, definitely until like they have the board state to forcibling that.
Yeah. Nice. This works out super well for us.
Yeah. I mean, if they force back, their mentor's not even going to kill us that quickly.
They'll have 0 cards in their hand if they force back again, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Did we side in trap?
We did.
Okay, I couldn't remember.
This feels pretty dirty. I definitely use your Pearl to upkeep top.
I was. That's exactly what I was debating. But I think drawing a fetch would be so good. That's not as good. Guess I just draw the... Actually, I should probably draw one of these mana sources.
Draw the Soul Ring.
Yeah.
And then I think keep the Pyro second in case you have to use the Pyro on your turn. On their turn right there. So that way you can refill on it, and then you can just like play Soul Ring and then use your Soul Ring to activate top again.
Yep.
And then like you're in really good shape if you draw a PO.
Yep.
And like so we'll be up on mana over them, and then we'll have the top, so our POs are just gonna be way better than their POs.
Bro, what if the next set just has a one-sided Stony Silence Bear? That's a 2/2 for 2.
No.
How broken would that card be in both Vintage and Legacy?
That's just like, we like those kinds of cards don't affect like Standard or like Pioneer. It's just like, oh, well, we're just gonna make Eternal formats no fun for no reason. Like, get out of here, man. Oh well.
Yeah, fuck that.
No misstep or fluster, please. Yay!
Ding. It probably would have companion. Oh god. Oh god, why would you joke about that shit? Welcome to the chat, everyone. I'm here with my good buddy Anthony. We're chilling out with the trucking. We're trucking on our opponents. When you say that,
yeah, we're trucking through our vintage league.
You know we are. Probe's okay just to get through another card, really.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. And then like you could pay for Vault. Actually, the Jet is a really good draw. Actually, and, like we can now just Probe and then Jet and then play our DT and get like PO or Tinker, and then we're in good shape.
Yeah, exactly. But I want to see what they're up to. 2 Force of Wills. All right, we can force our thing through, pun intended.
Yeah.
And I think we're supposed to like it. The maximum punish would be like Ancestral, but it's not even that bad, right?
One of in their deck, like we don't care that much about their Planeswalkers at this point in the game. Their Tinkers out of their deck. Like they don't have a Lotus in the yard, so drawing Yawgmoth is not even good.
All right. The real question is, should I tap the Pearl or the Soul Ring to cast DT? And I think it's probably Soul Ring. And I can just top afterwards.
Yeah, definitely.
Yo, what's up, Ferrando? Hope you're doing well.
They let it. Okay.
I think their plan was to just force whatever he got off of it.
So we're either getting TO or Tinker, and I don't think it's close.
Well, so one issue with that is we don't have another colored source, but we're very likely to find one afterwards.
Exactly.
So the PO technically draws more cards, right?
I think PO is a pretty safe play because drowning our opponent in card advantage likely wins the game anyways.
Okay, well, there's plenty of mana sources.
Yeah.
So I can just draw the Sapphire next turn instead of drawing a land.
Absolutely.
Which is obviously, basically, well, it's not the nuts, but it's pretty good.
Good old draw 6 with power backup.
With top you like Citadel more? I'm planning for a failure case where something bad happens. I'm not sure what, but something bad could happen, right?
Yeah, I think like they both win you the game on the spot. So like in case like the thing is getting Tinker is worse if they drew like Fluster or if they drew Pyroblast. So I like getting the PO. That way we're not sacrificing resources.
I'm supposed to just go now because they only have one blind draw, right?
Yeah, one blind draw.
Yeah.
This is totally fine to go now.
I sort of hate how the interface for this card is implemented, but it's fine.
A bit confused about why we didn't go for it last turn. We didn't have the mana.
Okay. Good beats. All right. I mean, they're hellbent now, so we traded. Am I supposed to play this land? Do we use Brainstorm? No.
I mean, we're drawing top anyways, so.
I'll just play the land. I guess it's hypothetically. Well, I think we're fine. A lot of their deck is air now.
That was one of the better draws on their deck. Good thing we went up to 4 Pyros, though.
Yep.
Preordain's pretty good.
Yeah, but drawing my top to... Oh no, that does do something, actually.
It just puts the lands away.
Yeah, but we... Am I supposed to... Wait, if I draw it now, cast it, I can shuffle away one land.
You wouldn't be shuffling anything away.
Or sorry, I would be bottoming one land, is what I'm saying. So I'd be left with land, redraw the top, play top, so there'd be... It would clear out... So basically, am I supposed to cast it now or not?
I don't think you cast it next time. I think you just want to bottom both the lands.
Alright, sure.
Which granted, I mean, that might suck in case we draw like a Yawgmoth, so maybe you want one of the lands, but it's close. Maybe it might be worth keeping because we're going to be playing off the top of our deck anyways. I think it might actually be okay to draw our C because given the third land lets us cast like Narset, Teferi, Yawgmoth, Tinker.
Sure. Ooh, they chose not to shuffle? That's a bad sign. It's probably a Pyroblast then.
Yeah, it could be.
Oh, they did show us Cruise last game, right? So their deck is built slightly differently. Oh, that's bad.
Yeah, that was good for them.
Yeah. If you can't handle the swings, get out of the format. We already know the cards, right? All right. I just hope I stacked it correctly.
You did.
There's no reason to waste time. Not great.
Yeah, like I said, it might have been worth keeping the C there.
Yeah.
I mean, we could always just play our own Lavinia next turn.
Is there any reason to play it next turn as opposed to this turn? If I play it now, it shuts off.
Yeah, you can play this turn. They went up to 4. They went up to 4 POs, 4 Pyros likely too. So the thing is like, if they had any artifacts, they would have played them. Like the thing is, I like giving it Fluster Storm backup because they'd have to tap their mana to do it in case they have reactive cards.
Okay.
Which the fact that they didn't play anything out tells me that they do have reactive cards. But
okay.
I don't know.
We'll just say go then.
Yeah.
I can't. Oh, I could mentor this turn. Was I supposed to mentor this turn?
I don't think you mentor this turn now. I like controlling the game before we deploy a mentor.
Well, the problem is, suppose my third card on the bottom is bad. Should I just mentor and play a Mox?
Oh well, now we can't. Pyro. Well, we know the top three already.
Do I? Don't
You
I?
do.
Oh, yeah.
It's Lavinia on top, and then it's Mentor and something else.
So I think actually my plan this turn is going to be play Mentor.
Yeah, now it's play Mentor because I just showed his Fire Blast.
And we can get an extra monk off of the top, essentially, as well, which is definitely relevant on this board state. I'm just going to make sure I draw the right cards. And I do have to draw at end step to do that.
So put Lavinia on the bottom, and then Fluster on second, and then draw the Mentor. This makes it so that you can Fluster on their turn if you need to.
Yep. Oh, shit! I forgot to... Oh my god, I forgot to do that. That's really bad, actually, but whatever.
Have to do what?
If I just draw with top end step, I can make an extra monk this turn.
Oh, yeah.
I talked about doing it, then I just didn't do it. It's kind of...
It's not that big of a punt. It's fine.
I'm obviously just running my Mox into suicide because it doesn't matter.
Monk is more important. We already have a billion Moxes. And if like they go for a PO or a Yawgmoth or something, and we blow them out with Fluster, I think we're actually in pretty good shape. Time Lock kind of sucks, but
well, fortunately their Narset's only on one, so it doesn't suck that much. But
yeah, it's fine. Sure.
If they're playing both of the Delve card draw spells, it's less likely they have Yawgmoth Swell in their deck, right?
That is totally likely, yeah.
I mean, obviously they could just have all three, but I think most of the lists I saw basically decided on whether you play Dig and Cruise versus Yawgmoth / Breach. I kind of think the Yawgmoth Breach plan is better by a lot.
You're basically playing two Yawgmoths in your deck.
Exactly, and one of them's conditionally better. And like, wait, did they already? This is their time walk turn, right?
Yeah.
This is weird. All right, I'm not blocking your 2/2. All right, I won't top.
If we had like a Pyroblast on top, and then like being able to like Pyroblast like Narset and some shit would be great. Yeah, this is their extra turn still, so just keep Fluster Storm on top. Vinny on bottom.
Oh, they're about to go to their extra turn. No, they just took their extra turn, right?
This is not the extra turn. They're about to go.
Oh, that's why they attacked. Never mind. I got confused for a sec.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. That makes more sense. Just like, damn, that extra monk would have been good. Then we could have just threatened the double block.
Yeah, I don't think they would have attacked if.
Yeah, probably not. But it's the principle of the thing. Also, 3 monks with them being at 15, if we somehow remove the Narset, is not a lot of life points.
No. The only thing that scares me is that they're up by 3 minutes. This tells me that they're going to go for PO.
Yeah, these mirrors piss for it or something else.
Okay.
Snapcaster Time Walk.
Yeah, they're PI.
So we can fluster that.
Yep.
I left the
protection looks to be their protection looks to be pyro, so we know about that.
The fluster's on top, right?
Yes.
Right. I'm always paranoid about that shit.
a lot of management.
Mostly because nowadays I'm too old and I forget what's on top of my deck because I don't play with top anymore. There was a point where I could just...
Even if they fluster back, we still can pay for their fluster.
Yep, fluster and fluster doesn't really work because you have to... Basically, there's not enough copies.
Yeah, exactly.
I taught Honorog that. Well, actually, I was playing against Honorog. It was Grixis Delver versus Miracle, and we both had flusters. And then he just was like looking at his painful truths that I had in play. I had 2 mana, and he flusters, and I'm like, I fluster back. Or sorry, I don't remember what happened. Oh no, I played painful truths. He flustered. I don't remember. Basically, it was a situation where I could pay for his fluster because I had a land untapped. That's the entire story. Flustering fluster is a 4 spike. Yes, that is exactly correct.
So we know that they have Pyro in hand, top on top.
Well, I'm clearly just playing this top, obviously.
Well, yeah.
The question is, what do I send where? Is the more interesting question.
If they throw a Snapcaster into one of your monks, I think that's fine because you can just kill Narset the turn after. So I think putting the beats on is pretty good.
I agree.
I like just playing one monk at Narset and then ooh.
I don't have.
Yeah,
first off, I don't have the third land like you said. It's coming back to punish me. And the Citadel is obviously not great. Really missing the extra monk here. Like, the extra monk here would have been super relevant. It would have been 9 damage instead of...
Yeah.
But I feel fine with this. Also, like, they literally would be burning a Snapcaster that could target Ancestral Recall. So I think that's a really good exchange for us, if that's what they have. You have never flustered a fluster on MTGO. A friend of mine once told me the trick was if you expect a lot of fluster on fluster battles, you just play with a foil one, so you know which copies are yours. You like that sick tech? Just buy a foil fluster for your deck.
I actually ended up caving and I got a foil Merchant Scroll for my deck.
How much are those? Like 30, 40?
8 6.
Oh,
I just
fine.
was tired of the...
Oh, shit. That's not good. Actually, they've used a lot of their bombs. What do you think they're going to get?
No idea.
They might have to get Lightning Bolt from Mentor, actually.
That is pretty... Yeah, because you can just draw off top every turn and then keep, like, putting the pressure on them.
Yeah, except that one turn I talked about doing it, then I forgot to do it.
Yeah, that is coming back to be a big difference maker.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, it doesn't seem like a big difference, but I guarantee you that it's probably bigger than it seems. What?
Okay.
Okay, we take that. Let's take a few minute bathroom break. And for those of you who like the stream, you know, also follow Tony on Twitter and Twitch. He streams sometimes. We'll be right back in a few minutes.
Sweet.
What's up? I'm back. Don't know if Tony's back yet.
I am back.
Nice. Yeah. For some reason, I've noticed in the last few years I play so much slower in Magic Online than I used to. It might be just be a streaming thing as well. I don't know.
You know what playing PO makes me miss sometimes? The draws that you had in like Top Miracles, where you would be like mentor, and like you sometimes, if like it went unanswered, you're just like, and you had like a mentor and like a monk, or like a mentor and 2 monks, you're just like top, draw top, draw top, draw top, draw top, draw top, draw top, and then you're just like, all right, you're dead. I miss that.
Dokkan IRL, I play like pretty blazing fast still. Although less fast than I used to like 3 years ago, I think. I think I'm just getting older. My brain works not as fast as it used to. I can still avoid the draws for the most part, but
Jarvis turning into his full grandpa persona.
Oh yeah. Oh, we gotta open a chest for Mikey. Mike Noble, also friend of the stream. Ooh, a Chrome Mox. That might be something. Not as good as other Mox in our deck, but
remember that talk we just had in that chat about card disadvantage?
Yeah, card sucks. Yo, Ed B, what's up? Welcome to the stream. We're playing some vintage PO. See, when I play vintage, I really want the vintage experience, and these fair blue decks don't do it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you, but I've also been playing like a fair blue deck with an I kill you button for a while. So
no, but I'm fine with that. I just don't want to play fair blue without the I kill you button. It's just so like, this hand's like basically close to the nuts. I think.
Yeah, this hand is good. Mulling this hand bad.
Yeah, Eric. I think I play slower now than I did a few years ago for sure.
I believe it or not, in all of my thousands of matches with the Epic Storm, I guess more online than in person, just because there's only so many in-person events. I only have 1 draw.
It's pretty impressive. That's less convenient. So versus Volk Preordain, do you want to just lead on Lavinia on one? I kind of do. I could also just go for the probe first to check.
To play around days, go Mox and probe.
Sure.
I mean, I guess you could play land too.
Oh, but yeah. Whoops! Then they just daze the Mox.
Yeah, that's true. So go land, probe. I'm not even thinking right now.
Yeah. I should have actually played the land before probing to play around days, but
yeah.
Okay.
That strip mine kind of sucks, but I mean, what are you gonna do? Hey, if they strip mine you,
they're just like Grixis pile.
No, this is Breach.
Oh, this is Breach, but why is there a strip mine?
I was playing strip mine and Breach. Other people were too, so I guess it's a thing.
This is kind of annoying. I don't. My options are like kind of not very good actually.
Well.
I mean, the real question is, do we think they're going to strip me or not?
They probably will. I mean, so you can either play. I like actually playing the Lavinia.
Okay, yeah.
The Lavinia is pretty good against them right now, and if they pyro it, you can just force a will and get rid of one of the POs.
Yeah, the second PO is not great.
Or they could just force it right now and pitch their Sprite Dragon, and then they don't have a game plan.
If they are Grixis Breach, this card's really strong versus them generally, barring the Pyro, of course. One problem is we tank so long in that they're actually pretty incentivized to strip us. So you want to force the trading of forces, right?
Yeah, I mean, they can't force back anyways.
Oh, that's how this card works. That's right. Yep. Can't really force a will into this thing. In fact, you literally cannot.
I think they could. It just gets countered.
No. Each opponent cannot cast non-creature spells. It won't let you, essentially, is what I'm saying. I think we would want them to if they could, but it's legally just not allowed. Oh, excellent draw.
Always lucky.
They didn't force back. Do I just scroll for Ancestral?
Scroll for Ancestral. Just dimma do it.
Should I just get the C? Probably. They don't have a Wasteland.
This is a matchup where you want Pyro, so I think you actually just I'm inclined to get a Valkyr.
Okay.
Like it's the same number of black cards and red cards, I think. Actually, no, it's 2 black cards and 3 red cards that are relevant, so get Valk.
All right, because the Yawgmoth is not relevant for a while, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
And Citadel's not really a black card.
that
that is a Black Lotus card, not a black card. See what I did there?
No, nobody clapped. Nobody Jarvis clapped.
Everyone, Jarvis claps in chat. Jarvis claps in chat for that fun.
Actually, as a mod, I need to add an obligatory command.
Is it a honk?
No. It's similar.
You got
broadcaster only command.
All right.
Wow.
I'll add it for you.
Wow.
There are certain mods that can't be trusted. That's why. But you're good. I added it for you.
You really trust me adding mod? You really trust me adding?
No, that's why I approve everyone. I think I'm just going to fire. This is their hand. So if they drew a blast, it sucks. But whatever.
So I was gonna say, Jarvis, have you seen what I've done to Honorug's chat?
Oh, I've added all sorts of commands when he wasn't looking, such as toxic, Anu. Oh no! Alright, whatever. Rip.
They did it.
They did it. They done it.
I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess they wouldn't misstep or top there because Merchant Scroll reveals because that is how cards work.
Yeah, it turns out if.
I still feel like we're not. Oh no, they get a success right now if they really want to.
Kind of sucks, but whatever. Madonna do it.
It's not like they can force anything still.
That's true. It really sucked that their draw step right there was Mental Misstep.
So I like upkeep. I like upkeep topping for a land, and if we hit the land, I want a time walk.
Yep. I agree.
And hopefully we hit another mana source. We're getting kind of close to a PO if we do that. Well,
so the problem is this PO is not very good, and the problem is if I want to draw that Yawgmoth, I can't time walk this turn. I mean, I could, but I would sacrifice my top, is what I'm saying.
Could.
Actually, maybe that's okay.
You're gonna play a lane and draw 3 cards, so that might be worth it.
Yeah, actually, I think it is worth it, right?
I think it's worth it.
It's just the clunkiest, painful truths ever.
It does give you a land and another probe too, so you can see what they drew off their ancestral.
I think now I get C because we have the Pearl.
Yeah, and you have Yawgmoth in your hand. Now, like, if we draw any artifact too, that's also really good. Like, just casually draw a Lotus. It's fine.
No, that's actually fine. Yeah, that's actually fine. So I will probe, fetch Ancestral.
Yep.
Right.
I enjoyed that lag thoroughly.
They're like, shit. It's only 3 mana draw. Wow, their Ancestral sucked. That's not good.
That's really bad.
They can hard. Oh no, they can't even hardcast Forceful next turn. Suck it, nerd. Yeah. So I fetched for. Yeah.
Just like another Tundra.
Yep.
Or like a Tundra rather. I mean, the thing is too is even though this is still doing well, I still like cutting Lavinia versus this deck.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think. Ooh. Okay, we're gonna do some shit next turn. No, Helium, I ask myself that every day late at night while I'm about to go to bed. Actually, I don't.
One of my favorite
Just wondering.
commands that I added to on Rogue's chat is exclamation gamer, and what it says when you type it in is it says I'm a gamer, not because I don't have a life, because I have many, and it's just the ultimate cringe.
I see. Yeah, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Mystic Sanctuary, huh? We're just out here getting some islands.
Maybe they'll have an ancestral that's good if it resolves.
Did they just fail to attack me for one?
I think they did, Jarvis.
You are modded, Mike. I modded you right when you subbed. I don't know how you got unmodded, is the real question. Oh, that has to be good, right?
I don't know. It's pretty good.
Do we have a deterministic kill is the question. I don't think so. But
no, not deterministic. So you're definitely DTing. You probably just honestly don't tap your land, or don't play land rather.
Yeah.
I would you just get Tinker and then you use your Mana Crypts and just tinker it away.
We're at 12?
Yeah, I mean, this is fine. We know their hands, so.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if there's a way this gets me killed. I guess not really. Alright. Kind of weird that this is the right play.
Okay. I was going to say leave Vulcan out in case you draw Pyro, but...
But I have a Vulcan in my hand, right?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. It's just in case you want to play another land off the Citadel.
Mox is, the Ruby's a free roll at least.
Yeah.
Do I want that Narset?
I think you play the Narset, right?
I was just thinking about if my electoral is going to be a concern.
Well, if they have a bolt, you just force it.
Fair.
And realistically, our plan this turn is to breach and then time walk a billion times. So that's a thing that we'll be able to do.
I can Hercules them.
Seems bad. Just activate your Narset.
Oh yeah, right. That's a shuffle effect. Okay.
Soul Ring, pretty good. Pyro, pretty good.
I think I'm just gonna take this Soul Ring to prevent me like fucking up.
Sure.
Or the Pyro rather. But I don't think it matters that much. Alright, do I want to play the land here?
Yeah. Shuffle.
Fetch lands are broke. No. It's fine.
Oh, we got the Soul Ring anyways.
We did get the Soul Ring anyways.
Emerald. Now we can like almost just PL a billion times.
Yeah.
Hopefully hit a blue source.
I can pick up the Narset, right? Because I've already used it. Oh, our opponent got tired of us durdling forever.
Sweet, they saved us time.
It's true. I play... Yeah, we're only behind by 4.
Pyro, Fluster. I even like the Mindbreak. They didn't show us white, so I don't really care to bring in Bolt. Definitely don't like these Lavinias. I don't like Vamp in this matchup, but you know, I know that's a controversial opinion.
Do I cut 1 Opal?
Yeah, you can even go down to the 1 Opal and keep like 1 Lavinia in if you want to. They didn't show us Breach cards, so we don't need to bring in Tormods, but if they do show it, then we do bring it in, so it's tough to say.
I'm going to leave it out for now, but obviously that can change for the next game, depending on what happens.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright. Why do I have to win when my opponent just concedes?
This hand's
high variance.
It's a little high variance. It's also very powerful.
I think I'm actually supposed to keep, but it certainly could fail.
Yeah, good. Fuck it. Keep.
I mean, I also have a misstep to defend, which is not terrible, but I believe this is actually a keep.
It probably is. Oh.
Guess I force it pitching Time Walk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Time Walk's pretty good if you go like Lotus, Soul Ring, top, spin top, and then you find a land, then you can Time Walk, play the land. But I think it's probably the weakest card in your hand. Like, cause you can just like Lotus for Lotus and Ponder off of it.
I don't think I can ever pitch the Ponder here. It's either a walk or misstep for Endo.
I think it's walk.
All right. My instinct was walk, but obviously it's good to think about it. Problem is the Narset is that debilitating for my hand. Alright, well, that sort of works.
So are we just using this Lotus to play cantrips?
Yeah.
Potentially?
Yeah, and probably end with Soul Ring top.
Yeah. I like it.
I guess I Preordain first because if it's two bad ones I can bottom them, then Ponder looks at more cards.
Yeah.
Alright. Those qualify as bad ones. That's actually sort of a good one, to be fair. Alright.
Just hit P up, Come on, one time. Oof. Oof.
That's not actually very good, right?
No, I like Academy generally, but not here.
But I can't. Can I shuffle this?
I think you do.
Wow, that's so wild.
I mean, Mox Sapphire is basically a land. Let's be honest here.
All right. I think you're right. It is a shuffle, but it's kind of sad that that's a shuffle. Okay.
Well, there we go.
Oh shit. I guess I should have played a Mox first. Oh. Yeah, I got punished.
Just a little. It's fine.
Do you think they would have trapped a Mox? Almost for sure.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That was really bad. Alright.
Yeah, if anything, I think casting even Soul Ring before top is better.
I agree. Yeah, this is not great. Now
not that PO or Tinker. Everything in the world is okay. You have Mental Misstep for like Fire Blast.
Yep.
You're fine.
We definitely could have baited them into like trapping our first Mox, I think, or Soul Ring. And obviously that was correct, but instead I decided to click on the wrong card. Do you fire?
Well, they only have one card in hand, so
probably.
Depends if you really want them. I would have paid life there in case the last card's fluster. But...
No, I think if their last card's fluster. Well, I guess I would give them the option. Okay, well,
pretty good.
Do I just scroll for Ancestral, you think?
Yeah.
Hello from the past 0% to trap a Mox. You don't know. People do all sorts of weird shit. Ancestral Recall.
Yep.
I kind of like this art. There's just like 3 statues and that person climbing the stairs. Ferendo, isn't PO just a 4-mana Ancestral Recall?
Right here, it's a 4-mana Ancestral Recall that doesn't play around Daze or Pierce.
Yeah.
That was a reason not to use our misstep.
Yep, it was. So they're probably getting Ancestral with themselves.
And they get to resolve their Ancestral first. Or what are they even getting?
Tinker. Yeah, no, Tinker? This makes sense actually.
So they're just PO with
Citadel.
With Sprite Dragon rather.
What the hell is his art? Oh, they bricked?
And they have a Forcible on top.
Oh, that makes sense. Well, I'm not here not to cast my thing, even if they do have Force. Yep, sucks.
They could have use their pyro to.
Yeah, I think I would have if I were them, but I understand they knew we had the Ancestral, so it's kind of high variance if you do that.
Gush in your PO deck? What?
They had Mystic Sanctuary, right?
That's true. It is true. Okay.
I feel pretty dead.
We're not dead yet.
No, we're gonna take 20 from this Fright Dragon. I'm from the future. You know, Quirion Dryad is looking at this card and is like wondering what happened. I used to be a rare from Plane Shift, and this is uncommon from Mycoria. What's up, Ryan? We're 2-0?
Yeah, we're 2-0 up a game, potentially about to lose our first game in the league.
Yeah, Bolsa Citadel is a nice card. This card is resurged in Standard a little bit too. Mostly because now that you can't get an Agent of Treachery, it's a lot more appealing to tap out for this. just imagine casting Bolsa Citadel and watching your opponent untap and steal it. It's not good, I'll tell you that much. So I think we're dead to this breach.
Oh, yeah, I mean...
Oh, yeah, I remember Deeproot Champion.
I don't think time is going to be super relevant, so we could scoop if we want, just to save our own time.
Yeah, I just want to... Well, I hit F6 anyways. I just want to see if they have Brain Freeze or not is the major question. I don't think they have Brain Freeze, but hypothetically they could. Alright, so they can go... They can basically... Like, Vamp Tutor is actually just Demonic Tutor here, except you have to pay life to cast the card. They did for a little bit Noble Helium because it was Quirion Dryad. Or, sorry, it basically was a card that people played. Then I think it got upseated by Mana Gorge or Hydra. Or the deck played both, I guess. Mana Gorger's nice.
If they have Breach in their deck, now they get to cast it.
I'll probably concede to freeze on the stack because it's actually just lethal. Yeah. Oh, so they are... This tells you a lot about their deck, actually, I think.
It does, yeah.
Although, it is... I feel like most of those... I'm just going to concede here to save time. I'm surprised that they have Citadel and Freeze Breach.
Kind of interesting. It seems... I know Ved was testing a Breach deck that had, like, wheels and had Tinker Citadel. But, I don't know. As far as...
This looks more appealing.
I definitely like that card more.
Yeah.
Now that we know they're not really a Xerox deck. I still like the 4 Pyros. I like the Mindbreak. I think we go down to 1 Opal.
Okay.
And we can cut a basic.
Oh, sure.
Surgical might be okay. I'm not sure if it's really...
I was thinking about that. I think it's borderline because the problem is it's high variance whether you'll get to tag what you want.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to bother with it, but should I Crypt or no?
I mean, it looks like they have 1 Breach, 1 Freeze. That seems to be the plan their deck's on if they're Tinker Citadeling.
Yeah, the problem is Crypt doesn't line up that well versus Citadel.
Yeah.
So I think I'm not going to bother, but I wouldn't blame other people for wanting to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't discuss the Vamp Tutor again. I don't think I want it, but it's close.
You could shave a Preordain for it in this kind of matchup, I think.
Well, it's too late. The submission already went through.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm in for this.
Yeah, I mean, it seems it's reactive. I mean, I would start on land go.
Yep.
The way I play Vintage is I always play really as reactively as I very possibly can.
Until
So
you have a
it's
good window to like beat them up.
yeah, exactly.
I see. So you're very much into the mindset of let them stumble, and hopefully you get to take advantage. Or,
Yeah.
I mean, like this deck has a lot of bombs, so if you carve out a window to resolve one, you're in pretty good shape. I think I'm fine with that. Right?
Yeah.
They had Breach, Lotus, Freeze, Noble Helium, so we were just 100% dead.
Definitely representing the Pyro.
You know it can't get pyroed since it's dividing top.
It's a pretty good one to not. Yeah, there we go.
I can buff.
Dude, it would have been fantastic if they were just like misstep. Like, all right,
okay, then I would just let it go and say go, and then just play another top next turn.
You have birds outside your window right now.
I do. It's nice out, so I have the window open.
It's just jargon.
If it's dragon, I think I just don't even care. Well, it's a little bit scary, but
I'm in for flustering this, I think, because they're likely going to get Ancestral, and I don't want to give them the window to cast
exactly. I also don't want to have to spend the entire game leaving up that 1 mana for the Ancestral. But also, the Fluster's going to go dead quickly anyways, so...
Yeah, I agree.
I don't think I top up Cape.
No.
That was good. I could fire one of these cantrips.
Yeah, I like that.
I think my red sources are more valuable.
Don't really like this that much. I think we want to find action.
Yeah, I'll just bottom both. I'm just bored. Demo. That's why. Do I play the second top?
You can. I mean, realistically, your Ponder's your blue card right now. Your Pyro, of course, you're still going to have. And, like, the thing is if you hit a fetch off of your top, you know, you're still going to be able to, like, draw a card, shuffle it away, so.
I think the only reason not to is if I want to top, draw a card, and then also leave a Pyro. Like, top, draw a card, have another blue card that's not Ponder for Forcible and Pyroblast something is the reason not to do it.
Yeah.
There's also a Vintage showcase on Saturday demo, if you're wondering. I'm like vaguely interested in playing that. They bought them both on their first Preordain.
So this, see it.
Yeah. Whenever they top in Legacy, I'm like, God damn it. Especially from Ant, I'm like, God damn. That's so bad.
Okay.
Okay.
Very similar board state going on here.
Yeah, they did mulligan this game, so that's why we're at equilibrium. I'm going to draw the second Pyroblast, I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
And I think the question is, do I want to use Ponder to shuffle or not?
I think you do. Well, actually, no, I think you want to hold it to pitch to force. That way you have Pyro force.
Alright, so just say go then?
Yeah, you have Brainstorm on top of your deck, which is pretty good.
Nope. So we're just going to play it real slow this game.
Yeah, this game is
it's going to be a slugfest.
This game is going to be a doozy.
These are the games where Vamp Tutor is quite poor, and our opponent showed their willingness to leave it in. So I kind of hope that it comes back to bite them.
Yeah, this is why, like, assuming they were on Xerox, this is why I always board out Vamp. Vintage is fun, and Legacy players also kind of realize that the format's free money. So,
wow. Should I just cast Brainstorm on my turn?
well, now that you have the Brainstorm, can't you draw a card with Sensei's top, which is likely Force, and then try to shuffle away with Ponder?
I can. I probably should do that. It is less material for PO potentially, but whatever. Oh.
Well,
that's not even that insane, right? Like, is the real thing. You spend a lot of mana to draw 3 cards.
Yeah.
I think I'm just gonna shuffle, but
you have really powerful draws to let you shuffle, so. And we're up on cards, so that's cool. Got a PO anyways.
I'm just gonna say go and spin end step. We're like pretty well defended from anything, I think. Do you think they have PO in their deck? Probably not, right?
We haven't seen it, but it's likely that they do.
So they're just a. Oh, so they have 1 brain freeze in their deck is likely what's going on. I see.
Yeah, that seems to be like their PO deck that has 1 breach, 1 freeze. Which is something we've seen before.
Mm-hmm. Do I care?
I don't think so.
Seems like this doesn't do that much, actually.
This is a lot of lands in their hand.
This is Beyblade stream now. Yeah, it is. We're in it to rip it. Or spin it, I guess. I feel like Gush has not aged well, personally. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I just don't understand how the format works.
For a while, I actually wasn't even playing Gush and Breach because I didn't
No,
think it was that good.
I remember that, and I looked at it and I thought it was weird. Then I tried it, and I'm like, wait, this makes sense. I mean, Gush is not a sacred cow.
The only thing that scares me is that they're going up on mana sources against us.
It's okay.
Pearl's pretty good.
All right.
I also like the 3rd Pyro, but not drawing it.
Should I jam the Mentor this turn with Pyroblast back up?
I don't think you jam it. I think I still just like playing Pearl Pass.
Okay.
Like I said, our hand is so reactive that like I still just like not doing anything until they push, and then we punish them for pushing. Because that's exactly what our hand is going to do. Maybe you need to read the 800-page Gush book. I mean, Gush isn't always going to be this amazing end-all be-all card, and I think it's just the way it is. Mana Vault's actually pretty good.
I know. I knew what I wanted to do based on the previous turn. It's basically the same thing as this turn.
Yeah.
Our opponent was had Underworld Breach and Citadel, so I don't think they have DAC in their deck. I think they're more combo-y, less Xerox-y, big Richie, if that answers your question. Hypothetically, at some point we could go for Instant PO as well. Yeah. I'm not going to do that yet because it like resets a lot of development, but jig is up.
Well, we have a Pyro on top of our deck, right?
Yeah.
So I kind of like Pyroing this. I don't want to give them the information.
Okay. Well,
like I think if their probe gets pyroed, I think they still pass, and then I think we just reset and draw the other.
How about now?
This is kind of scary.
I think I'm supposed to let it go now.
Yeah, if they spent the misstep and the probe, it's fine.
Damn, Gitaxian Probe's so good.
Yeah, I miss being able to play 4 of it.
Those are good times for the Stormers and Legacy.
Not so good times for everybody else. And it was a long 7 years it was legal, so.
I don't know. I actually won a lot in that era not playing either of those. I played no blue cards. Just some green Ancestral Recalls and Tinkers and Entombs. I basically never played against Storm and deep in those GPs, which is nice.
Yeah, I mean, Storm was always not the most popular deck, so.
That's weird. I guess I'm priced into Pyroing. I mean, what am I going to do? Not Pyro this? It's lunacy. One shitty thing is I was 1 minute off from having Hardcast Force as well, but
I mean, the probe gave him perfect information, so something is going to happen here.
If nothing happens, I'll be very surprised.
Like, what's likely going to happen is they're going to force pitch force or something, and then we try to force back, and then they fluster, and all kinds of fun stuff.
Are they trying to trap my Pyroblast? Because that's just like the one thing that doesn't work very well.
Yeah, they could trap.
I think I let this resolve and I just force the dig. Pitching Brainstorm.
Yeah, I like that. Brainstorm is not particularly great. Our plan is the PO, so. And then if they, like, let's say they answer this force, we can take our window to PO, I think. Like if they pyre, oh, okay, so they're gonna trap.
This is really weird. What does this mean? Do I go for PO here?
I think I like going for PO here.
All right.
It's just, again, sus because they know, yeah, probably pyro.
Yeah.
So this is the power of Gitaxian Probe.
Just hope their follow-up's bad.
And the good news, at least, is that we're gonna
play Monk top.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is 7 cards is a lot to look at for action, right? That's the scary part. Or as Anu would say, that's spooky. I wonder if we just hadn't pyroed the first probe, it would have ended up a lot better for us. So maybe that was not great.
I mean, they had misstep, so I don't know.
All right, but
I pyro probes quite a bit. I really value my opponent not seeing my hand.
What's the card underneath this? Do you remember?
I do not remember.
I also don't remember, which is bad. I should remember.
The thing is that whole turn is a lot different.
It's Pyroblast, right?
Yes, it is Pyroblast.
Yeah.
So hopefully we don't die on this turn.
Yep. I mean, if we die, we die. I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Well, that's not good. It probably gets Citadel? Or Tinker for Citadel, rather?
Yeah.
Maybe they brick off. Like, maybe the life total is relevant.
I disagree. I very much disagree. Hand information is one of the most important things in this format when you're playing blue mirrors. When you both have huge hands, the difference between your opponent knowing your hand and not knowing your hand is very big. So I think I think it's a gamble you take. Especially considering so you have to think about the situation, right? We have 2 pyros in our hand, and we have 2 red sources, and we have another pyroblast on top of our deck. So, like, I think if they didn't have misstep there, exactly misstep, I think they weren't gonna fight back on the probe. They probably would have passed the turn. We would have just reset and drawn another pyroblast. So I think in a situation like that, you definitely can justify pyroblasting probe. All right, we're dead.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste time. If we had a third red source lurking, I could see making the case for not blasting the probe, but the red being capped in red mana is what swung it for me. Welcome everyone to the stream. As you can see on the stream, if you want to see Anthony maybe stream playing this, or you speedrun video games sometimes, right?
Yeah, I just haven't streamed in months, but
yeah, you might get back to it at some point. But you can follow him. He's just Grape Shot with 2 A's, right?
Yeah.
You have Grape Shot with 2 A's on Twitch, or you can follow him on Twitter. And he does play a lot of Eternal formats, usually combo style decks or in between. Like this is like a combo control deck essentially, right?
Yeah, it's on the more combo side of combo control, but
So if you enjoy the stream, hit that sub button, hit follow, or follow on Twitter or YouTube. It's all appreciated.
It sounds fantastic.
Yeah, I was parsing it. This is obviously great. If we draw a Mox, it's actually like the nuts, I think, or close to it. How do you want to play this? There's a lot of avenues you could pursue.
We don't gain anything. I don't like just jamming Vamp. I think we're pretty all in on the Tinker. I think I just like playing Soaring. Yep. The only thing I can see what you're saying about how countering Probe is wrong, giving up mana is bad. The only thing I disagree with is that Probe is low impact. Probe is not a low impact spell. Not at all.
Oh, Big Richie, you got. Oh, was it Distant Memories, Big Richie, or was it something else? Whoa. It kind of sucks actually, but whatever. I'm not gonna force it.
Yeah, that's a strange main deck card. I mean, like, if this is probably a Xerox deck, I could see them main decking one.
Yep.
And like if they were an Arcanist deck. For the problem is that your logic with Mentor is kind of counterintuitive with the whole giving up mana part, because you're likely tapping out for Mentor and then you're passing the turn, and you just gave up, instead of giving up 1 mana, you gave up all your mana. So I'm not sure, but I don't know. I just think you're kind of underselling the impact of your opponent knowing exactly what's in your hand and how to play around it. Like, that often wins games more than most other things in this format of Blue Mirrors.
I'm just gonna let this go. Don't think it's worth countering a draw to.
That is definitely worth countering.
Because I'm pitching PO, then.
Yeah, you're not anywhere close to POing.
If they force back, I might just step on the gas next turn.
You want, like, Vamp for Ancestral?
Or Vamp for Mana Rock, Tinker, Mana Rock away for Citadel, right?
Yeah, if they, like, tap out here, I think that's fine.
Well, that's not great.
I mean, like, going for this is fine, because we have Yawgmoth, so we can eventually rebuild.
Damn, that spree was so brutal, actually.
It's fine if we kill them. It's not fine if they force.
Should I... Alright. I want to vamp. The question is, what do I vamp for?
Probably Mana Crypt.
Yeah. I think that is the best play, and if it doesn't work, so be it. We'll just have to try to rebuild with Yawgmoth. Mana Crypt.
Yeah, I like this line because it's like playing to win.
Am I gonna need red or black post Tinker?
Probably red.
Right.
Well, black actually. We have the Yawgmoth in our hand.
Oh, sure. Makes sense. Nope. Probably losing this one, but I mean, we still do have Yawgmoth, right? So if I draw like Lotus, it might be enough to just set up the entire like Tinker chain next turn. Null Rod. Oh,
scary.
I'm kind of glad that they discarded the Null Rod actually, but
that can mean they have another one.
I don't love our situation. If the Yawgmoth resolves, it might be enough. Let's see. I would go Will, Crypt, Soul Ring, Mox Opal, Tinker.
Yeah. Loses to Pierce, Luster, Force.
But they're dacking for 2 cards every turn, right? So
yeah, so it's not getting better is the thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I just can't afford to wait because the situation is already pretty dire, right?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, now I'm probably Lou. Lou's short for Lou Dobbs.
You can top deck Breach.
I can. Not that easy when there's only 1 Breach in your deck.
No. You can also top deck Ancestral. I mean, they'll discarded a Pyro, so.
I think that means I'm real dead, if I had to guess.
Yeah.
So it looks like they're just straight blue-red Xerox, right?
Looks like it. It could be splashing a 3rd color.
Where are all the Dredge decks and Hollowine decks?
They're sleeping.
They're sleeping.
Did you win from a spot like this?
Just draw Underworld Breach.
Breach, Ancestral.
Yeah, there's plenty of bombs and vintage that can dig you out of these spots. Well, specifically if your deck is constructed to win out of these spots, that can happen.
Basically, we want to draw like the 4 cards are Ancestral, Breach, DT, even Merchant Scroll's fine.
They Merchant Scrolled for Misstep, so I'm less thrilled about Ancestral Recall.
Yeah, well, there we go.
They have multiple Mystic Sanctuaries in their deck.
Yeah.
That's wild. So I guess they're really just all in on like rebuying powerful spells. I don't have Treasure Cruise in my deck, so it's hard to top deck that one, JW. Preordain Sprite Dragon. So they still have the Misstep. They have a bunch of mysteries. How many Mystic Sanctuary do you think are in their deck? Because they've discarded 2. It seems to me they're unlikely more to have 2, right?
Yeah.
You Vintage? Songjin, try it. Try it before you knock it. Not great. This is the bad part of Mox Opal.
Yeah, definitely been on the worst side of Mox Opal variants in the past.
I've played a lot of Mox Opal decks. Mox Opal is at its best when you sack it to Arcbound Ravager and play another Mox Opal off the top of the Experimental Frenzy. Oh, multiple sprees? Wow. They're just ready for some shenanigans. You're a top 5 vintage player in the North Boulder area? Is it because there's only 5 people who live in the North Boulder area? Who play vintage?
Cool. I also like vintage because I like blue mirrors that don't revolve around Delver's secrets. That also play with cards like Force of Will. So
now we're gaining clock advantage, the dough. Remember how I play Magic. I'm in the top 5 vintage players in my room. That seems to be true. I would argue that I'm probably the best vintage player in my room. They just heard Brainstorm, huh? What if I just cast Brainstorm?
Power move.
I did have to look around to make sure there was no one else in the room on Monzidor. You can never be too careful. Yo, what's up, Justin? Whoa, that's a sweet emote. That's the opal going up then down? That is a sweet emote. It looks like a DDR thing, essentially. Alright. I'm gonna turn on my light real quick. It's really dark here. And someone said, let there be light. Yeah, maybe the opponent will deck themselves. If they only have 1 Sprite Dragon to kill me with, they might deck out, right? Wow, they're just like a really, really reactive version of Xerox. You can start stealing my opals if you want, opponent. I'm just flexing on them. I'm not actually flexing on them. We're getting flexed on. Is the greatest thief in the multiverse.
Dude, when I streamed with Honorog and we got liquid metal coatings with Dak.
Oh, that's a nice one. I remember people trying to build those decks in Legacy. Usually with Karn the Great Creator.
What, the classic Dak Karn the Great Creator piles?
Yeah, we are probably super dead. I just want to see if they'll accidentally deck themselves. Which is like under, I don't know what percentage.
They do have to kill us.
That they should print Dak into Modern Songjin. That seems like a very bad idea. Although it does make Wormcoil Engine a lot more tolerable to play against. I don't know if you've ever Dak Fade into Wormcoil Engine. It is nice.
Alright, let's go for that information.
Yo, Justin, thanks for the sub, man. Their deck is really, really inbred for these blue mirrors.
They're definitely on the never Pyroblast Probe mindset. They've been reading chat.
But they also have 3 red sources, so it's more defensible, I think.
True. Alright. Opal, Caspio, send a message.
I might if they try to DAC it.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Wait, they're playing 4 Pyros main deck.
Yes, that's why I said that was the comment about it being inbred.
Oh man.
I don't love our positioning in this matchup, especially since you can't Pyroblast a Pyroblast very effectively.
No. They're playing Chandra Torch of Defiance in their deck though, so I have no idea what's going on.
Dog. They're just trying to exile their top card and deck themselves faster into Thassa's Oracle. It was Scalding Tarn and we took 2 damage. Actually, we are dead in 2 turns. So that's cool.
Justin said, I can't really hear Agus. I might be low on volume.
Interesting. I'll turn them up a little bit.
I'm loud now.
Louder anyways. How about now, Justin?
Oh wait, the Pyros can take all of our lands now.
Shit. Alright, whatever. I'm out. Our opponent had too much fun. I'm not giving them the satisfaction of stealing all of our lands. I refuse. I'm also surprised we didn't lose our lands earlier. This seems very hard, but this looks like a good card.
Well, definitely not the easiest matchup. Lavinia, dog shit. Bad. I like Pyros. They didn't show any hate bears or anything, so I don't really like Lightning Bolt. They did show us Null Rod, so I guess we have to keep like 1 Hurkles in.
Yeah, it sucks all around. I think the way we beat these decks is by going fast and hope they just don't have enough permission.
What was I gonna say? Vamp pretty terrible in this matchup.
You couldn't deal because everyone had 4 main deck Pyroblast. That makes sense, Justin. Also,
wait.
Oh shit!
Wait.
It's too late. I hit submit, but
darn it, Jarvis! Darn it! I actually like surgical here, kind of.
Just try to surgical Pyroblast.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think it's better than Opal number 3.
1, 2. All right,
Mulligan.
Mulligan. I was counting. Oh.
Also pretty terrible.
All right, we might be taking a second loss, but that's okay. We're just here for some information gathering. Seems not good. I'm not gonna lie.
Wait. Don't actually mold. Sensei Stop turns on Opal.
Oh. So keep and bottom.
Bottom breach.
Yep. Actually, yep, you're right. It's sort of miscalculated. Pun intended.
Oh, it's gonna feel really bad if they force a wall this, let me tell you something. And then we play another one. I'm just kidding.
I think I'm just gonna say go.
Yeah. You know what this really feels bad to?
What?
Norod.
You know, we don't talk about those things. See, I played a team tournament with Ari multiple times, and he said the trick is you just pretend that those cards don't exist, and then it never happens to you. Specifically, we were talking about equipping cranial plating to our Vault Scourge versus Burn, and I was like, what if they have Gut Shot? And Ari just turns to me and says, you're not allowed to say things like that, otherwise it's going to happen. I guess I just draw the Brainstorm.
Yeah, I don't like tapping out for scroll.
And I think I'm going to cast the Brainstorm on my turn.
Seems fine. Yeah. Hopefully we hit a fetch, get to shuffle some cards away.
We have a lot of bad ones.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm going to fluster their fluster. Or no, I can't. Sorry. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's... This getting fluster is fine.
Yeah.
Because it's just because the third card on top, or on the top of our deck, is just going to be a fetch land, and then we're going to be in great shape.
Here comes an Olrod. I am forced to do this. Because literally my board is all artifacts. Force back. Force back. Yes!
It's alright. It's alright.
Sometimes I'm tempted to switch to the Forcible avatar just for people like this who use this force art. But they don't let you switch in game.
Wait, I think they actually do let you switch in game now.
I don't think it updates.
Oh, okay.
Should I just scroll for Ancestral and say go?
Yeah, it does shuffle your deck. You don't want to draw Opal.
It's kind of shit if they have a Pyroblast behind, but whatever.
Do you know what the likelihood of them having a Pyroblast is?
Kind of high, actually.
What if their sideboard is 4 red Elemental Blasts?
Bro, you can't talk about that.
I really like that we have a Dr. B's command.
It's an inside joke between me and Koval and Chris Stagno. Basically, Chris claimed there were bees inside of my tires. I'm like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Nice.
I still don't understand the joke to this day, to be quite fair. Oh, that's actually not bad.
Seems fine. We don't have to Ancestral right now.
Yep. I'll just put a bunch of random stops during their turn to trick them. Should I just put a stop on literally every phase?
If that is what you want to do, Jarvis, I'm not going to stop.
Nah, I can't deal with that anymore. You know how much time that wastes?
A lot.
Ain't nobody got time for that stuff.
Hey, at least we have a permanent that doesn't get shut off by null run now. It's always the pluses in life.
What the hell?
Sure, dude. Seems fine.
Do I respond to this with Ancestral?
If you want. I mean, I think they have Pyroblasts in their hands. Or maybe if they... I don't know. Why cast this?
They really want to get Ambush Viper into play, I guess, is the reality. I'm going to figure this out. This is really bizarre.
I think maybe it might actually be okay to fluster with this on the stack. I mean, Ancestral with this on the stack. Because, like, the thing is, right, is, like, if they're getting rid of their reactive spells, and we have, like, all this artifact mana and stuff, if we find PO, we're not in bad shape. Sure.
So they just have 4 Fluster, 4 Pyro Post board, and Snapcasters.
5 had bait. I mean, they
really.
Essentially discarded a Fluster Storm, so it's fine.
This is really the most anti-PO deck I've seen in quite a while. Like, if you were to construct a deck that you think would be really, really good versus Paradoxical, it would look a lot like this, I think. Right?
Uh-oh. Yeah.
And it's probably just Sprite Dragon. Yep, that's fine. It's just a 2-mana 1/1. Size of a Pixie, Rage of a Hellkite. That's some sweet flavor text.
Alright, let's find good cards. Lands, Paradoxical, not the worst, not the worst.
So I think I draw the Paradoxical. Probably draw Paradoxical, fetch, top again, looking for a 2-mana rock.
Seems fine.
I don't really want to draw that Tundra or Thingamabob. You know, the thingy. Probably Black Source.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the billion cards they showed us, they didn't show us Wasteland, so.
Well, that's actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty decent. If
Oh,
only it was Soul Ring, not Mana Vault, but can't actually Soul Ring wouldn't even do it. So yeah, Mana Vault's fine. It lets us jam PO now if we really want to into another PO.
Should I just leave? Should I leave the blast on top?
No, because I think actually, because you're not going to be able to PO again next turn if this fails.
Yep. I can always reset. I can always put a spin on the stack in response to draw a foot of red, Pyroblast, and then draw the cards in the correct order as well. Maybe their last card is Chandra, Torch of Defiance.
That would be pretty good for us. That, in fact, I think that is worthy of a Yeehaw Boiler.
Alright, so I'm going to draw the Mana Vault and leave Pyro on top?
Yeah. And then you can draw respond to Pyro if, like, we have to.
So I'm not tapping the top to draw a card, right?
No.
Wait, but if they have Pyro, my Pyro doesn't do anything. So I should actually, right?
If specifically they have Pyro, yeah. But I mean, yeah, I guess you should spin top. I guess. I don't know.
Oh, I'm just trying to work out the iterations. The problem is, like, if it's not Pyro, it could be Force Negation.
If it's because of Force Negation, or I guess like if it's Pierce, if they play that, then those are reasons to not tap your top.
So in case of Force Negation or Pierce, then I don't want to tap my top, but versus everything else, I do want to tap my top.
The difference, especially because you have another Paradoxical, the difference between 4 cards and 5 cards is very low right now.
So you think I'm supposed to just not tap my top?
I think you're supposed to not tap your top.
All right. Oh, but I can't tap like that for sure.
Amazing.
I might have mana for the second PO, right?
Yeah, you do. I think you do. Because you play both the zero. Oh, wait, maybe. It depends on what you draw. Oh.
Alright, guess I'm pyroing that, right?
Wow. So, we're just so big brained. Yeah. We draw one less card now, which sucks, but...
That's whatever. Okay. The freaking Snapcaster is so annoying. That actually increases the clock by quite a bit.
Yeah.
They're not gonna Snapcasters, Busters, and Blasts? What the hell? Get out of here with that shit.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we're going Ruby, Mana Vault, Opal, top. It's a good time.
But I just say go now, right? I think I can wait a turn.
Yeah, I mean, you could... Actually, it might be an argument to PO there again.
Alright, well, now it's too late, I think.
I guess we're going to have forcible backup.
Yeah.
Next turn, more likely anyways.
I can just top main phase. Or top upkeep, rather.
Yeah. Passing seems pretty safe.
It's not 100% safe. There's a Null Rod is just pretty debilitating because then I'll have to pitch my PO, right?
Well, we're just lucky and we have another PO on top of our deck. It's fine.
So do I top off the Ruby upkeep?
Sure.
No. I don't think
that way we have the solidified blue card on top of our deck.
Hopefully. Deck is mostly blue cards and artifacts and lands.
Well, we can just pitch another PO if we have to.
Yeah, I could also draw the Mana Crypt, play it, and again, not spin the top.
Yeah, so you draw a crypt and you get the extra card, and then you don't tap your top
Right.
holding. Yeah.
It's just the same situation as last turn, essentially.
Yeah. Yep. Just draw a billion cards. It's fine. Everything's fine.
That galaxy brain don't draw. I wonder how many people do that. I don't think it's that many, to be quite fair.
And if they drew a dead card, then we're happy because we get to PO again. And if they flustered, we have another PO on top. It's fine.
Well, if they have fluster, we can just pay for it.
That's true.
Because I've only played.
Aren't artifacts great? Wow. Cool.
Do I? Oh, that's a misstep, not a probe. I was going to say, do I probe them? I guess I can't. All right. Well, I'm just gonna play a bunch of shit.
And PO again. Life's good.
Yep. If they trap me, I will forcible their trap, pitching Mental Misstep. So that's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I believe I do not Gitaxian Probe them because I don't have that card in my hand. You are correct. Yeah, I don't think they have shit, is my read on the situation.
They probably drew a forcible and they're like, oh, okay.
Alright, now I'm gonna put the draw on the stack.
Makes sense.
Alright, my opponent had enough.
Dude, respect to people that actually concede.
I agree. Also, what a fucking nightmare matchup that we sort of just ground out even after mulliganing.
Yeah. Well, my least favorite thing is like I'm not even down on time, and I like have a bunch of triggers on the stack. My opponent is very deterministically dead, and they're just like not scooping. I'm not scooping.
I guess. What do you want to cut for this surgical?
Do you think we? Oh, because they have Snapcaster.
Yeah.
Second opal or second an opal for it. I don't think their bolts are very good.
No, it's like bold is almost good enough, but I don't think it's actually good enough.
The only other option we have really is if we want to like trade third opal or one other opal for Mindbreak.
Because you just think we can bait them into a situation where there are 3 spells cast on their side?
Yeah. Tinker 2 all in? No.
No, the actual problem with cutting Tinker in our deck is that we don't... once you do that, I don't think we have enough action cards is the actual problem, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Alright, I'm going to cut the next opal for a trap, especially on the draw.
Yeah, I like that. It helps us against like their draws that could be like, yeah, Tinker is a card that you just never cut.
I think in the old days when you could only Tinker for Blightsteel, then it was better to cut Tinker BSC in a lot of matchups, but now I don't think that's the case. Wow, this hand I guess is a keep, but it's not like...
It's not an ideal keep, but it's a keep.
Yeah, exactly what I was about to say.
I think you can lead off a Ponder and kind of sandbag the Ancestral, especially because we know that they don't play Wasteland. So.
Uh-oh. Are we getting vintaged? No, we're not getting vintaged. Oh, that's not bad.
I think we can just like ponder for like if we hit like another land and a Pyro, I think it's pretty good for us. Well, I like the land part of this, but I guess the Opal can get sacrificed to Tinker.
Eventually, I don't think I need this Mentor. I think it's just another clunky 3-drop, right?
Yeah, the Opal's like bad too.
Yeah, but we have to draw 2 of the 3 if we're going to keep that land. So
yeah,
I think this is exactly fine.
The correct amount of unexciting.
Yeah, how many 3? Oh! I smell weakness, buddy!
Well, we just know that their hand is very reactive, so...
Do I just Ancestral during their upkeep?
You could.
The reason is if Pyro's their interaction, it forces them to crack the Lotus to do it.
That's true. I like that. So
I think I am going to do it. If they fluster, I I could hypothetically force a copy and do something else, but I think that's just not smart.
No, I agree with you. Ooh, representing the Pyro.
Yeah, I might as well, right? I mean, I do have the will in my hand though.
I think this is fine to, you know, do your thing.
I don't know.
If you pitch a card this Force Will, it's probably Paradoxical. Okay, okay.
How do you feel about forcing back?
I'm definitely forcing back.
Right. This PO is not very good in our hands, so Mize, right?
Yeah. Okay. So your plan is coming to fruition.
All right. So they have 3 cards. What's up, Eddie?
Oh, Anthony, how did I miss that? It's not like my face is not as like on the screen or anything.
Our opponent loves Ambush Viper. I don't understand. I actually just don't understand. Well, okay, hold on. This one's more defensible because they don't have any mana sources, right? No, the trap's too late. Oh my god! If we just waited one turn, it would have been the nut.
Well, Trap wouldn't have actually done anything. It would have just got rid of their Snapcaster, which is relatively unexciting.
Oh,
If you draw a mana source, you can go for one of your multiple 3-drops.
I think if I draw a mana source, I'm slamming Teferi.
Okay.
Time Walk is deal 2 damage, draw a card.
Oh. No, they hit a red source. Darn it all.
Darn it all.
Oh, that's a good one.
I think we're just going to... Well, I'm casting it. I don't know what I'm getting.
Probably Brainstorm.
I could get Force of Will to try to push, but I think it's going to get countered. Yeah, that's fine.
We're fine with that.
Alright, they have 1 card left. Alright, so that represents a Mystic Sanctuary to get back one of their counters, probably.
Yeah. Oh!
How do you feel about just tinkering?
I'm a big fan of Tinker here.
Alright. The Opal's not doing much, so, I mean... If they force this, so be it.
Yeah. They have nothing.
Fuck! That's no. That's like the worst one. Alright, whatever. Say go. Alright. This stuff is a classic brick. Yeah, Dak would be the most unfortunate.
Alright, no Dak. Oh, well, they're getting back Time Walk, probably.
That's fine. That you know that's just like neutral, right?
Yeah.
It deals us 2 more damage. Actually, it's not neutral, right? But that's not. Do they have enough Time Walks in their deck that are so that it'll become bad? That'd be kind of wild, actually.
Well, if they still have like no cards in their hands, like the thing is, well, if they play a cantrip, we definitely misstep it. The thing is we were gonna Yawgmoth and then have all kinds of fun. So, okay.
No, we knew about that. They fetched another sanctuary.
True. All right, let's see it. We're gonna go down to 6. Disgusting.
It's life.
Oh my. Okay.
Okay, that's fine. We're at 5. Sure. This is not actually a great situation, I think. Okay. This removes a threat.
Hit the Sprite Dragon, probably?
Yeah, I think because the fail case is I can just bounce Snapcaster with Teferi, right?
Yeah, but it's probably worse than bouncing Sprite Dragon. Maybe you just hit Snap. Because, like, bouncing Snap's pretty bad because you can just go Snap Time Walk.
Oh, sure. Yep, you're right. Oh, God damn it! You're supposed to hold priority in those spots. I forgot. Oh, it's so frustrating.
Yeah, it's fine. Just like Yawgmoth, and then you can Ancestral, and then you can like potentially like your Opal's pretty live here in case you hit another Mox, and you like I don't know.
Yeah, I definitely was supposed to fluster in response, I think. And
You could even if you want just Teferi and bounce and then see and then like go from there.
I think Teferi bounce might actually be safer.
I think Teferi bounce is pretty safe.
Yeah.
I don't think they're playing Lightning Bolt, so
I think they probably sided out Bolt versus us if they had it, but also might be that they don't have it in their deck. Okay, I could just go to 2 and cast Time Walk.
Hey, that's not a delightful draw, but it's fine. It's fine. Just let's go to our extra turn and then.
All right, so I'm at 2. I'm not allowed to play 2 drops. Chat, remind me. All right, not allowed to play that one, unfortunately.
So Yawgmoth and then Opal's turned on. You can Ancestral Time Walk, I think.
So I can will play the fetch, play the Opal, play Ancestral, play Time Walk.
Yeah,
it works out to me. Don't play fetch.
Don't play fetch. Yeah, you can Ancestral first, I guess, and then.
Oh, sure.
That way you can still play land on top of your deck.
All right. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I cannot tap like that for that card.
We have 6 minutes. We're fine. Plenty of time. That's a reason not to play fetch.
That's definitely true. A reason not to play fetch.
Well, we like to see it.
All right, can't play that one because that kills me. So I can use
play Opal first.
Yeah. I could use Tinker to shuffle actually.
Just fine. Vaguely. Probably tap your Opal and then Tinker it.
Probably floating red for this breach.
I don't think we're breaching this turn because we already cast Yawgmoth.
Oh, sure.
I just do it for blue.
Doesn't really matter, I think, as well.
Yeah, because you probably just get like Lotus or something.
I agree. Alright, play to land.
And then just Time Walk.
I'm gonna ponder, then Time Walk.
Good looks. Narset is fine. I don't know.
Is this pay life, right?
Yeah.
So you can't even accidentally do it if it's too much, which is nice. I'm just looking for the value. Alright, was that a good turn? If so, why?
Reasons. Next turn.
There's a land underneath that, right? But it's a fetch.
Yeah.
I guess I can just discard like Misstep because I'm at 2, right?
Yeah. Just gotta try to do this a little fast.
Yep. Do I play the land?
You can. Yeah.
Puts me to 1.
Well, that's pretty good with our PO, right? So you +1 to Teferi first. And then, yeah, I think you can afford to pay 1 for the top because this academy gives you just a ton of mana, anyways.
Right, that one's dead. Basically, just want to prevent myself from fizzling somehow, but I don't think that's terribly likely.
Yeah, just draw with or put activation up top, and then you can just. I think you can even afford to like ditch to like bounce your Citadel if you really want to. The likelihood of hitting with a 0 isn't that high.
Right. Whoops. Do I bounce my Teferi?
No.
Right.
Oh. Alright, they're skipping whatever.
Wow. Vintage is just a format full of gentlemen who scoop to you getting slightly ahead. I guess that's more than slightly ahead. So our opponent's deck basically is like a hate deck for ours, but their deck is not inherently powerful, I think is the problem. And we sort of demonstrate that in these games, right?
Yeah.
Like we found enough bombs to overcome, like force them to counter all of our stuff, And yes, they have like 12 1 mana or 0 mana interactive spells, but they ran out of cards because they didn't have a card drawing engine, right?
Yeah.
They also unusually spent that game Mystic Sanctuarying back Time Walk repeatedly. And here's the thing, they were just like Lava Spikes, right? They just like Lava Spike does like 4 times with their Mystic Sanctuaries.
Yeah.
I think if they had put Blast on top every time, it would have been so much harder, personally. So, oh yeah, they didn't draw Ancestral, they didn't draw Gush, and they didn't draw Dak. But I think that's a good lesson in showing why, like, sometimes when you play like a metagame deck that hypothetically is good versus a really powerful deck, the powerful deck is powerful still, right?
Absolutely.
That's just my rant. I remember so many times trying to bring meta decks to beat like Jund or Fairies and whatever, and I would just be like, wow, my deck was so good when I was playing on Magic Online and like the queues. And then I'm losing to these players who are like good with their decks because their decks are full of like cryptic commands and misbind clicks and, you know. Too long didn't read. If you put good cards in your deck, even if your opponent's deck is like hypothetically good versus yours, if you just draw enough good cards, your opponent dies. And that's my rant. Pretty good showing so far. We did get into the red on the clock in that one, but you know, that's fine.
It's part of streaming, I think.
Yeah, I think PO is actually a bad card, but it's conditionally good.
And when it's conditionally good is when it wins you the game, so.
Yes. I mean, Tinker, until like Mirrodin was printed, I don't think was a particularly good card for what it's worth. I think literally like original Mirrodin broke Tinker in half.
I think the worst card in PO is actually Mox Opal.
Yeah, but you have to play some number because they're just so good, and like you need a critical mass of artifacts is essentially what's going on there.
Exactly. But Mox Opal still sucks.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because like in a lot of the modern decks where Mox Opal is legal, Mox Opal is like the best card in your deck, and you just wanted to draw it every game. But
yeah,
then they
it's just like,
then they banned the card.
Well, think about how much stronger fast mana is in modern than a format like
Vintage, because think about like everybody in Vintage has fast mana. Yep. Everybody does, and the only people that don't are the Hollowvine people, or like not the Hollowvine, the Bizarre people, but like their deck just doesn't play Magic anyways, so they don't care. Yep. They're not spending mana on anything. Everything in their deck costs 0.
Zach Faden before Blightsteel was Darksteel Colossus, which is significantly worse. And before that, people were like tinkering like Phyrexian Processor and like shit that's not actually good. I'll let you look up Phyrexian Processor. I'll tell a story. There was a extended Pro Tour where Tinker was legal as a 4-of and Mirrodin had just come out, but Minesweeper was in the format. So the worst Tinker players still had Phyrexian Processor in their deck, and their opponents would just Minesweeper them, have them cast Tinker, look through their deck, and just get Processor and force them to pay all of their life. Gabe Nassif, I think, had the best version of Tinker for that Pro Tour, which was Severance Belcher, which is Mana Severance removes all of the lands from your deck, so when you activate Belcher, it just fucking just, you know, 20s them or whatever, you know? And yeah, some people at this Pro Tour played Food Chain Goblins, which is probably like the 10th best deck in the format. Yeah, Inkwell. But when the first Mirrodin set came out was when Tinker, I think, really got broken, right, Mike? Like before that, there just weren't good fatties.
Tinker, Sphinx of the Skillwind, a cube classic. Same with Inkwell.
Shroom's a nice one. And this is a nice one.
It seems okay.
I'm definitely not mulling. Like, obviously if they counter this, it sort of sucks, but...
I think you can lead off with Lavinia, right?
Yeah, I can. Crypt, Vault, Opal. Oh, they're... it's this shit.
Yeah, I definitely like leading on Lavinia first in this case.
Lavinia is like a bomb versus them on the play.
Well, if you resolve Lavinia, they can't even play Hollow One without it getting countered.
Dude, this is like my favorite card in Rafting Allegiance.
Yeah.
All right, I have a lot of stories about that card, but we'll play our match first, or we'll play this game first. Basically, Zvi figured out this card was actually secretly broken for standard. These Zvi Mauschwitz.
I don't like casting Opal first because then they force will your third artifact, and then you basically have like it's like they counter 2 of your cards.
Yeah. Hollow one in their hand. So their hand's Hollow one, Sphinx. This is the worst around Fov.
I'm not playing around Fov. Like, if they Fob, that's fine. We already have the mana. We care about the Lavinia and the Ancestral the most.
Right.
It's more likely that they have a Force of Will or a Force of Negation than a Force of Vigor. But, oh wait, they can Force of Vigor in response to the Opal?
Yeah, I think that was Justin's point.
True. Yeah.
If that happens, it's kind of bad.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. I'm bad.
Alright, so we got punished, which sucks, but...
It's just, that's kind of my bias from Legacy coming around, because let's say, like in Legacy Storm, you go...
Oh, I should have played the land to represent PO. That's actually a good point.
Yeah, that's a very good point. But one thing I learned a lot from playing like Legacy Storm is like if you go like Opal and then you go Lines at Diamond, and they counter your Lines at Diamond, you feel like an idiot. So that's the kind of logic I've been using, but it doesn't translate well here.
So another good point. I'm going to Ancestral during the upkeep, and the reason is Force of Negation, obviously.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah.
This is something you learn from Modern too, because this shit always happens. Mindbreak Trap too. Alright. I hope they don't have a bunch of Hollow ones, but we know they have one Hollow one. Now the question is, will it be a Hollow 2?
Well, they did get Scry 3, so...
Yeah. So the story about Sphinx of Foresight was I don't know if you play Standard, you probably don't, but... I
haven't in years. Well, actually, I played a little bit, but...
The Jeskai Fires deck relied a lot on Fire's Invention, and Zvi's key realization was, why don't you just play Sphinx of Foresight? Because it's basically a free scry free, and it guarantees you something to do on turn 4, which is a 4/4 flyer.
That sucks.
It does suck.
Always lucky, though. Oh,
I think
actually, Academy's not that good.
Yeah, I'm just going to cast Lavinia, I think, right?
Yeah, I would cast Lavinia, and the next turn you can bounce their Hollow Line, and you're in pretty good shape.
They Force of Will blue card, so be it. They did discard both of their Sphinx of Foresights. When I was playing this deck, one of the best cards in that deck was actually Squee, and I feel like people don't understand how good Squee is in that deck. God, it's so good. Yeah, Squee is great. My first Grand Prix ever, it was GP Boston 2005. The format was extended. I played in a trial the day before because I didn't know any better. I was playing Red Deck Wins with Jackal Pup, Curse Scroll, Rashadenport, Wasteland, Tangle Wire. And I'm playing against some weird deck that goes like turn 2 Chrome Mox, Solitary Confinement. I'm like, okay, that's stupid. He'll just run out of cards. Then during his upkeep, he just intuitions for 3 squeeze. I'm like, oh, I'm dead. Because Solitary Confinement just locks me out of the game. Because I'm playing a mono red deck, I can only burn them out. Anyways, that was my story. It wasn't really that great.
Narset's actually not terrible.
Yeah, Narset shuts off the Bazaar. So how do I do this? Soul Ring. Soul Ring. I guess it doesn't really matter. Soul Ring Academy.
So that's going to give you 3 5 mana. Yeah, that's fine. Just Narset next turn.
Wait, I tapped wrong.
Wow, Jarvis.
There's no way for me to do this turn, right? I can't play both this turn?
No.
Right.
Good old Chalice on 1. Or 0.
Then I don't even need to tap the Soul Ring.
No. Well, it's good in case like you draw like another Mox to tap the Soul Ring, but it's
the Moxen don't do anything, right?
Oh yeah.
Their haste creature
shut out of this game anyways, to be honest. But like they have to throw 2 creatures away to get 1 Benjamin back.
I'm attacking them because I'm certainly not blocking with Lavinia. Oh, the tap was right. I could draw Preordain. That's a good point. I should have thought about it longer. God, why are there too many things to think about?
Well, the thing is you're also streaming, talking to me, talking to chat. Like, those kinds of things affect the format like Vintage a lot.
Yep, that's fair. I don't think... I definitely made like 4 egregious punts this night, but I'm not sure if there's been more than that. I guess 4 is a lot. Alright, there's a Squee, there's a Trap, there's a Fawn. There's a Strip Mine, probably for my Academy.
I mean, they can't do anything. It's fine. It's fine.
Does this do anything? Not really. I think I'm just gonna Narset this turn.
I mean, Yawgmoth's kind of good here.
But I can just wait on it, right?
You can, yeah.
I think the Narset's safer because it shuts off this actually doing anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I'm just playing like War Prison here. Try to lock down all of their outs until they die. The real dream is to get Teferi to 3 so you can bounce it and then it's locked out by Lavinia.
Alright, plus tabbies, plus surgicals, plus crypts.
Yo, what's up, Ved?
I like Fluster more than I like Pyros. Definitely keeping both Lavinias in, taking out Misstep.
Not good, right?
Mindbreak, no, not good.
Do I tinker for Blightsteel ever?
Blightsteel is pretty good in this matchup. It only sucks if they go like Hollow one, Vengefine, all in turn 1. But it's like
you bring in Bot over Citadel. I could see that actually. Or do you just want to have both?
You typically almost always get Citadel. They don't have an out to it. Not Citadel, Colossus.
Yeah, so I'm fine cutting the Citadel. The other thing is, as we've mentioned this before, if you cast this and the first spell goes on the second, they Force Invigorate, you're kind of not in good shape. So
no, exactly.
Yeah,
it's pretty sketchy in this matchup. Narset's kind of just okay. Hercules, like it bounces hollow ones, I guess.
I think I'm gonna leave it, but it's not exciting. Well,
it's not amazing, no.
All right, no, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it.
Yeah, no, I think this matchup's more winnable than everybody gives it credit for, to be honest. You can also cut Noble as the last card. I think having basic is better.
Yo, what's up, Rose? Welcome to the stream. We're playing our last match of the night, but almost all of the matches have gone to time. I suspect this one will not, though.
No.
5 matches in, almost 3 hours. Misstep counters misstep, sometimes surgical.
I didn't. No.
I assume this is a
good.
Keep. Yo,
yeah,
Anu!
You can vamp for Tabby.
Anu, we're POing, buddy. Yo, Eggit, welcome back. How you doing? We're 3-1. I think the match we lost was We could have played differently, but I'm not sure what would have happened. And then we beat some blue-red anti-PO deck 2-1, which was kind of nice.
Is this matchup really 70-30, or like does everybody get really emotional about when Hollowvine nut draws you? That we like almost forget that the deck sometimes just mulligans to garbage and then it sucks. Like I don't know, I just don't feel like the matchup's 70-30.
I don't think it's 70-30. For a matchup to be 70-30, Squee counter war. Not sure what that means, but I mean Squee is a busted card.
I just think this hand is good because like
hold on. Okay, good.
The biggest thing is we have an avenue to tabby.
I was trying to remember if I'd actually sided in the Tabernacle or not.
They're gonna run you over with counters sometimes if like they don't mulligan, but bizarre decks tend to mulligan a lot, so I don't know.
50-50? That sounds about right to me. And that's what Tony was saying as well. I like obviously any individual person's N is not that big, but when you aggregate data, it does paint a bigger picture.
Best possible version of PO versus yeah, I don't think it's I wouldn't play PO that way. I don't think.
All matchups are 50-50. Yeah, good point, Sungjin. But I thought
I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, Jarvis.
Yeah. I was just gonna troll him. I thought Bring to Light was 95-5 versus everything in Modern.
What I was saying at the start of the stream is I think Hollowvine gets the same kind of reactions that like Blackguard Reanimator does in Legacy, where like it's a deck that like you just can't beat their nut draws, so you're like, fuck, this matchup sucks. But you kind of like forget about all the times that like the decks, like you're saying, lose to themselves, or like their hand isn't the nut draw. Like they're mulliganing to 4 right now. They're a bizarre deck. Like I don't think it's like that bad. Like, not every game is going to be turn 1, double Hollow 1, double Vengevine, hold up, force.
Also, I don't know, did we discuss this? But Crypt is actually not that nuts versus them. It's only okay. I think we did discuss this when we were talking discussion before, right?
Yeah, it's okay, but I think you still board it in.
I mean, sure, I agree that you still board it in. It's just, I think a lot of the time Surgical Extraction would be a lot better versus them. And yeah. That's the exact discussion we had before as well. All right. There's actually a real consideration to crypting that Squee.
Yeah, I think it's a super...
Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely would. I think you can time walk first off your Opal and everything, but...
Yeah, and the way to sequence that is to go land... Fetch for C, Soul Ring, Crypt, Opal?
Yeah. Well, actually, I kind of like going Fetch C, and then going Soul Ring, Opal, and then Tormod, so that way, if they try to force a Vigor, you can just force a Will.
Do I even care if they force a Vigor? I'm not sure, but... I kind of think I don't even care. I think I would just let the Force of Vigor resolve.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. You're only losing a Soul Ring. Because I can just crypt their Squee anyways. I was sort of planning on doing that.
That's true.
So you want to time walk?
Yeah.
Is part B of this vamping upkeep?
Oh, they have Mindbreak. Okay, that's fine.
It's fine. We could have played around this, but I didn't think it was worth it.
No, not for a time walk. So now I think I would just crypt their Squee away.
Yep. Understanding the power of Squee when they've mulliganed a bunch is like kind of a big deal, I think.
If they don't activate Bizarre, well, So I think we just take our draw stuff. I don't think we're under a pressure to vamp
Okay,
right
sure.
now.
Sure.
And like vamping end of turn plays around Mindbreak better, but I think we're getting close to where we can just vamp for Tinker. But I don't like doing it if they have 2 cards in hand. And like they're only hitting us for 1 a turn, so
I could also vamp for Ancestral and just bite it to their 1 misstep if that happens. What do you think about that?
I think that's fine.
Ooh, misdirection gone. Okay,
yeah,
they're helping. No, I'll just get Tinker and just go for their throat then.
Yeah, that's fine.
Ironically, go for the throat does not kill Hollow One. Oh, sorry. Blightsteel, not Citadel, obviously. We don't have Citadel in our deck currently.
Wait, I keep saying Citadel when I mean Blightsteel, to be honest. I'm pretty bad at stumbling on my words.
Crocus is for Lavinia, I guess, right?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Whatever, I'll play the land out. I don't think it actually matters.
No.
Their deck is just like cold, right? I mean, like
Yeah,
they would have to put an enormous amount of power into play next turn with no cards in hand.
Which their deck is pretty inconsistent at doing.
All right, 4-1 is still a good finish. All right,
yeah, it was pretty close to a 5-0 too.
Yeah, it's okay. I'll take my chess. Egget, should I open chess for you? Tier 2 sub from Egget, Death and Taxes aficionado. They don't run Snapback anymore. Interesting. I haven't seen Snapback in years. All right, I'll at least open 1 chest for you, Egget, but let me know if I should open a second. This is like Library of Alexandria, right? Yo, dude, low key, not joking. This card was actually good in block constructed. Oh, Justin, you did sub. That card was good in block constructed, but that's because the line for a card to be good in block constructed is a lot lower. All right, this is for you, Justin. Enshrined Memories. Yo, I used to be obsessed with this card. It's actually not very good.
Sweet artwork, though.
It does have sweet. That's why I was sort of obsessed with it. But also, my deck was full of like etched oracles and eternal witnesses. Instantly, that's why my avatar is still etched oracle. Look, it actually has an ability. A lot of these avatars just don't have abilities. See, no ability. See, no ability. Fucking lame.
I can't wait for the Vanguard stream.
Dude, not joking, Vanguard used to be a format on Magic Online. You could play like 2x prize events. Like, basically the equivalent of challenges would be like extended Vanguard with like one of these avatars. I think the best one was like, let's see if I can find it still. Where is the Llanowar Elf avatar? There used to be one. Llanowar Elf. Maybe I don't have it anymore. Or maybe they deleted it. Basically, it was just an avatar. You started with 6 cards, but you would just start with Llanowar Elf in play, and it wasn't summoning sick. Just imagine how broken that is in a combo format. It's pretty damn broken. Host Caretaker. See, Mike remembers. Ooh, 125 play points. And this fucking bullshit. Down Air was a sweet limited format. I kind of miss it. Alright. Walla Bing Bang, thank you for the follow. Egget. 13 months. Wow, that's so many months. I'm up to 920. Wait. Do you see this?
It's just that MTGO is just a great program. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay, it cleared out. All right, I'll open 1 more chest. I'm sure I'm forgetting someone. Let's see if there's another sweet card. Yo, this card can't be countered.
That's Bloodthirst.
X.
7 mana.
Bloodthirst X is not just a number; it's X. And has protection from instants because just to make sure it can't be countered, we'll also give it protection from instants so you can't kill it what sees the soul. Bloodthirst is Bloodthirst X is if you hit your opponent or they took damage this turn, it comes into play without any counters.
Shout out to that Cube All-Star that's like a 1/1 for 2 for like a 1 in a red that has Bloodthirst too.
It's Storm Blood Berserker is the card you're talking about. It's an uncommon from
whatever. It's a core set. I think it's like M10.
Yeah, that card was really good in Standard too, actually.
2 mana, 3/3.
It was also in Modern Masters too.
Yeah, Menace has Menace too. The card's so pushed. For limited and like in Peasant Cube and stuff like that.
You've played this card?
Yeah, I have a Peasant
Cube.
No.
Justin said he's played this card, which is more surprising. Well, Justin, what did you play it in? Let me see if I can find the deck that I'm thinking of. But Ari might have played a deck with that and Pyre Heart Wolf. I don't remember if they overlapped. Oh, they did not overlap. That's sad.
Nowadays, this would cost G.
This would cost G? Hope not. That would be really unpleasant. I guess Pelt Collector is like kind of similar and doesn't see that much play, which is kind of sad. Like, just look at this card. This card is so good on rate. You know what happens? No one plays it because creatures are washed. Well, what I actually mean when I say that is, if your deck doesn't abuse a mana flare in Standard, I think your deck is bad.
Problem is, in Standard, is War of the Spark really needs to rotate.
Yeah. Somehow Narset is like the least offensive card in Standard from War of the Spark, but...
Yeah, Teferi ravaging the format for years.
Well, Fires of Invention is gone, but you still have Lucky Clover, which... I don't know if you know what this card does, but it's whenever you cast an adventure spell, just make a copy of it on the stack. So it's basically a mana flare, but it only costs 2. And Wilderness Reclamation obviously is a mana flare.
There's just so many cards that need to go away.
Oh, I remember this deck. Yeah. Chandra's Phoenix was insane. Bloodcrazed Neonate, not so good, but Chandra's Phoenix is kind of an insane card. Alright, Sea of Ved. Alright, let's see. I don't think we want to start another one. That was kind of exhausting. I do play slow, but the deck is kind of slow. Going forward, I'm kind of interested in cutting these crypts for more surgicals, or maybe just mixing it up.
I do like more surgicals.
Maybe two surgical, 1 crypt actually sounds better to me for what it's worth. But I'm still going to learn stuff about this deck, potentially by Saturday. And who knows, there's always a small chance they switch back to Hollowvine. But there's also a small chance they switch to Dredge. Or there's a small chance they just, like, don't play. Sorry, go ahead.
You asked me a few days ago what I was going to play. I was going to lock in a Breach, but, like...
Yeah, well... The thing is, the one thing I still want to do in Magic is play an MOCS. And this is the path to qualify for an MOCS still. Oh, yeah, I don't have sub badges, Yama. I'm a noob at that. I don't stream that much compared to you, obviously. So sorry about that, but you know, Vintages is cool. I don't play it that often. What sub badges should I get? You know anything about this, Tony? Sub badges? I don't.
So what's your favorite Magic the Gathering card, or a card that you're known for playing?
Rashad and Port.
All right, you could do something that's like a little bit more intact for its artwork, like something like Crop Rotation or something like that.
Or Merit Lage. That's a good suggestion.
Merit Lage?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do like different color Merit Lages.
Oh, I see. This makes sense. That's why Honorog has the different colors since it's Dividing Tops.
Yeah, it's something along that. Like that's pretty common for sub badges.
All right. I guess I'll message someone. I know a lot of artists. Oh, I can show people this. Oh, wrong scene.
Ooh, do Snoopy.
No.
Snoopy be perfect.
Do you have the stream open right now?
I do.
Look at that background picture.
I love that.
You know
That's
who
great.
drew that?
Who
Eric
drew that?
Klug. Do you know who Klug is?
No.
No, he's a guy who used to live in DC. He went to art school, but he does altars on Magic cards right now. Yeah, he runs Klug altars. His rate's pretty high. Yeah, this background is from Klug altars, where I'm just chilling with my bud Snoop Dogg. It's a pretty good picture, I think.
I love it.
Yeah, it is quite nice. Oh, shit. Why did that go away again? I have one thing else to show to chat. You ever see the Snoopy Tarmogoyphs?
Gotta show him.
These are also painted by Klug, back from the old days. However, these Tarmogoyphs are not allowed to be played in Sanctum tournaments anymore. They basically invented a rule based on these Tarmogoyphs because they're not recognizable by art only. But they are sweet. So Jay Ford was 8-0 in a Legacy Grand Prix playing Rug Delver versus High Tide, and these came up on the stream, and one of the judges who was commentating in the booth was like, "Yeah, if I were head judging this Grand Prix, I wouldn't allow them." The next day, Jay Ford had to find 4 more Tarmogoyphs on site and replace them in his deck.
That's not fun.
No, it was not.
You can replace artwork on other altars just fine. So what makes
I don't know. I mean, it's really
the future shifted border. I don't understand.
I don't know. The rule sucked, and I was kind of bummed for Jay Ford at that Grand Prix. It was Colin Chilbert versus Jay Ford at GP in Indianapolis 2012. So, you know, if anyone wants to check out that match, you can probably Google it on YouTube or something. But, you know, all things besides that, I do appreciate you hanging out. I know you're a busy guy. Though I heard maybe... Are you still going to be working the next few days, or what's going on?
I'm still working. I'm out at 7 Eastern each night.
Okay. Well, maybe you'll stream and we'll go hang out with you. But for now, I'm going to pay it forward to another streamer. Someone else is streaming Vintage Outcome. Let's see who else. That person. All right. I'm looking for someone streaming. Alright. Wilmer Boy is streaming, and he's playing Legacy. But, you know, we got to support people. Anyways, I'll probably be back Friday to stream one of their prelims, and I don't know which one yet. So thanks for hanging out. Thanks, Tony. Follow Tony. And I'll see y'all.